Stay the fuck out of nigga lane. Hey, don't swear, don't swear, hey, don't swear. Push lane.
All right. Here we go. No Games, Just Business podcast. We all together now, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
We all together.
The big three.
The big three. Miami, Boston, whatever you want to call it. We're not talking about the Lakers. We're gonna leave that for we're gonna leave it for another day. No Games, Just Business podcast, episode 15. We are here. I'm Darius. I'm here with my cousin Jimmie. What's up, Jimmie? How you feeling? How you living?
I'm feeling good, living good, excited to run it down face to face with y'all, man. We about to run it down with no games, just business. Let's get it.
Let's do it. And we got Don. Don, what's up, man?
Can't complain. Good to see y'all, boys.
Yes, sir. You see, we appreciate Don, man. He representing. Got the Bengals in the background, so we're gonna salute them.
Oh yeah.
He got some great players.
Goats.
Maybe not one, but some of them are. But we're gonna leave that for another day, right?
I see nothing but goats up there.
All right.
What we got on the agenda today, fellas?
Man, we got a football episode here. We're talking quarterback draft. Put your GM hat back on, GM beanie, whatever it may be. Put it back on because we're about to run it down with the QBs. And from there, we'll buy or sell 3 individuals, 3 players we believe. The stock market is low right now. The stock market is very low. A lot of different markets are affected right now, but not these players here that we're about to speak on today. And from there, we'll go to 3 teams that are set up for success. Not failure this time around. We're going to say positive, forward progression here. We're going to talk about successful franchises. And from there, you should. Y'all got it done. The Patriots are going to have to do what I do. But from there, we'll go to now and then. We're going to compare teams now to what they'll be in Week 18. It's fine and dandy during the regular season, but, a different type of legacy is born in the postseason. We'll speak on that. And from there, we'll go bold predictions. A lot of blasphemy has been spewed out the mic, or through all of us in the last couple of episodes. And we're gonna hopefully, back off the blasphemous things and just speak on bold predictions here this week. We'll see. I'm not really sure. He's cheesing over there. He's cheesing. This is a road game.
I have a feeling it's gonna pop up today.
This is a road game over here, man. We're traveling.
We got some.
And lastly, we will close it out with the pick'ems, man. The pick'ems. We're gonna see who has the eye for success, the eye for the winner. We're gonna keep a tally. We're gonna let y'all know who's the top, who's the bottom, and who's in the middle. Close seconds, Q. Let's get it.
Let's go. So just like last episode, we are gonna get a snake draft here. So we're gonna flip a coin, see who gets the first pick. Last time I got the 3rd pick. Hopefully I get the first pick because you already know who I gotta go with. But let's get it started.
Desmond
Ritter, right? The future. Maybe one of those guys on the wall there. But Don, what you got, heads or tails? It is tails. Jimmie, what you got? Heads or tails?
Heads.
Jimmie, with the first, did you get the first pick last time too? What in the world? Kind of nonsense is going on here.
Something told me to go tails.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
The blasphemy.
Now, Don, what you got? Heads or tails?
Heads.
I got the 3rd. Good thing I set up my notes for this again because I had a feeling it was going to go this way. Same order. So, who you got? First round pick. We're doing all quarterbacks, 5 quarterbacks each. And this is who we're going to start your franchise with.
Is this even a question?
The team he rolling with now.
With you, I don't know.
Come on. We're talking about a transcendent talent here. The baby goat, Patrick Mahomes.
If you didn't pick
He's
him,
the baby goat?
The baby goat.
if you didn't pick him, we might have had to just shut this down right here.
Of course.
We're not going to get on Anthony Edwards. This is a football topic today.
Potential. Ceiling. Potential. Anyway.
Good pick. We clap it up for them. Don, you want to clap?
To no surprise. Y'all know who I'm going with. That man hanging on that wall back there. And Joey B. We trust in Cincinnati.
Such a bold game.
That man will lead us back to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
But we'll get to that later.
Wow. Y'all just made it easy for me.
Go ahead and take that turnover prone, man.
Y'all made it easy for me because you already know.
The water down.
Don't. There's been a lot of Bills disrespect on this podcast for the last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks, a lot of disrespect, and Jimmie done switched up on the team already. So you know what? I'm gonna respect my boy, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Josh Allen, the gunslinger, the guy that can run you over, jump over you, however you want it. Hey, he'll give it to you, and we're going to see them in the Super Bowl this year. I don't know about them Bengals, but we're going to see them Bills in the Super Bowl this year. Just wait on it.
Jeez.
And because I get the next pick, you know I got to go with the guy that believes in himself, so I believe in him, Lamar Jackson. I'm going to go with Action Jackson, and we're going to run all over the defense. We're going to scheme it up. We're going to build the team around him, the 1K, 3,000 yard passer.
This is
the greatest running quarterback since Mike Vick.
This is to for the playoffs this year, right?
I'm going. This is for us to build our team around. And the Ravens is in the playoffs. We act like the Ravens not in the playoffs.
A one-dimensional team.
I'm going with Lamar Jackson. If we definitely talk about playoff teams, then I'm definitely going with Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
What other quarterback is in the playoffs that you want to pick over Lamar? You already picked Burrow. I can't pick him.
You said left?
What?
We got some guys, but I'm not, just in case y'all forget the names, I ain't going to say them. But we got some guys that I would surely take over Lamar and them Ravens.
Let me hear it.
Jalen Hurts. Are we not taking Jalen Hurts?
I got to see him in the playoffs.
I'm taking Jalen.
Jalen Hurts.
Because he has the team around him.
Because his ability.
Because his ability.
Yes,
he knows better than Lamar.
Yeah, crazy.
It's arguable.
So we didn't see them struggle the last 2 weeks.
I agree.
Against a
Okay, hold on. Did Lamar not just struggle with them same sorry Panthers?
He doesn't even have the weapons that Jalen Hurts has.
Oh my God.
He doesn't.
So that's gonna be the excuse for Lamar every time.
I don't. They never gave him any weapons. They only have a run
Mark
game.
Andrews.
Talk about Mark.
Is he not a top tight end?
He is a top 2 tight end in the league. I will give him that. But when you only have Mark Andrews, there's an issue. What am I going in this game with? Devin Duvernay? Okay.
But that's
let's look at the Chiefs offense compared to the Ravens offense. Because we're talking about number 1 and number 2 tight end in the league, right? We got Travis Kelce. We got Mark Andrews.
So there's literally not really much of a difference, honestly. Mm-hmm. Besides the QB, Patrick surpasses Lamar. The tight ends, Travis Kelce passes him. But literally, you're talking about second, maybe not even second tier wide receiver, third tier wide receivers that the Chiefs have made look spectacular.
And any one of those Chiefs receivers would be at least a number 3 to a number 4 on most teams because Darius Tony is more of like a gadget guy. You got who else they got? They got Sky Moore, who's more of a gadget guy. Mecole Hardman can be a number 3 because he's a deep threat and you can do a lot of things.
So our question is, why those guys on Baltimore not looking like that? Then?
They have Devin Duvernay and who else?
What is the difference between Duvernay, Bateman, and Valdez-Scantling?
I'll take Bateman over
Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, for sure. I'll take Bateman.
Why he don't look like Valdez-Scantling?
Because he's injury prone.
Juju, you're ignoring him. That's who we need to talk about. That's a problem. We're all on a tier 3-4 receiver right now. All we're talking about is tier 3-4. Juju is the difference in the mind. Andy Reid, he's going to elevate that offense more than what John Harbaugh would.
But we've just seen when they played the Chargers this past week, Juju was not there, and they stick it. And Patrick Mahomes has the greatness in him that he elevates his wide receivers. Y'all keep saying that Lamar doesn't have the talent. Nobody wants to go play with Lamar because he isn't that type of QB.
No.
No.
He is not that type of QB.
I don't think it's
Lamar. Would you choose Lamar?
I don't think it's Lamar. I think it's the scheme. Their scheme is a run first.
Because of who?
Because you have a threat in Lamar Jackson that can actually run the football.
Because of who? Lamar.
Listen. We're going to see this year. Yeah. This year, when they get into the playoffs,
And they're going to lose first round.
Let's see how the Ravens go. Let's see how they do.
Jimmy, who you got? I had Jalen Hurts.
All right, so okay.
So you're doing playoff teams, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
All playoff teams.
Yeah. Well, it don't got to be playoff teams, but if you had to go into the playoffs with a QB, who you taking?
So they don't have to be in the playoffs?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
of course. I'm going to take my guy who's coming. He's coming for y'all. Them big. This feels like a away game. I've said it. I'm going to say it. Deshaun Watson. Stop playing. He's more ability. Lamar, learn. Just study film with Deshaun because, this guy is electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
That's what never mind.
I can't fight him on that because Deshaun was on my list. He's a 5K passing quarterback with no weapons. I mean, Brandon Cooks is,
Brandon Cooks ain't a weapon?
He is, but I'm just saying he's not D-Hop.
Will Fuller wasn't a weapon?
Hurt all the time.
Yeah, Will Fuller's another one
season half every season.
That always got hurt.
I can't. This Deshaun love that y'all constantly give. I'm not here for it. I cannot put nobody that has not played football in 2 years on top on this list. Literally, he didn't cross my mind at all.
I bet not, because
it ain't even got nothing to do with the Bengals. It's more so of he hasn't played. I hear some people on this podcast say consistency is sample size. Bruh has not done nothing in the last 2 years.
He's gradually gotten better every single year he was in the league.
He been in the league the last 2 years. He got better?
He's been in the league this is technically probably his 7th year in the league.
I give you this. Before he got suspended,
or 6th.
I give you that he was right underneath the Patrick Mahomes
top 5
in there. I give you that. But don't you have to bring up he has not played football in 2 years? If he was hurt. No, yes. But if you haven't done nothing in 2 years, anything, do you still think you're going to be at your top level? Okay.
Yes, he's 26. He's in his prime.
You used to ball?
Yeah, still do. I was hooping on Monday night, do a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Have you ever went a long period of time without playing?
Yeah, actually, last Monday. I was airborne like a motherfucker, but then this Monday
That's
I was
my point.
So you think he's gonna have an opportunity to airball? I didn't play for a week from Monday to Monday. He's gonna be playing every day. He's a professional. Stop playing.
Well, you talking about a week to
he's back to practice.
But what I'm saying is you haven't played in about 2 years of actual game.
Right.
Practice is practice. But an actual game where these guys out here trying to kill you and they playing for their families. You trying to tell me that he's still gonna be playing at this top level after 2 years of not playing? Prime example, I ain't played basketball in a good couple months. But when I go out there, I know I'm gonna be rusty. I know I'm gonna be missing some stuff. Mm-hmm. So you just gonna elevate Deshaun up here, and he hasn't played in 2 years?
You have to give it time. He's not going to come back and be the old Deshaun Watson.
But that's my point.
Okay, but he comes back in week 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Give him a few weeks.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. I got next. I'm going to choose this person. Who would you take in the playoffs? Because I'm surprised you didn't say this name. Him or Brady?
First off, we're talking about age. That matters.
No, but we're talking about playoffs, though. If the playoffs were starting, who you want to win a playoff game?
You can't. That's very general. Brady with weapons, Deshaun with weapons. I'm taking Deshaun, and that's why I'm taking Deshaun. Because, listen, Deshaun with Cleveland is better than any situation we've seen Deshaun in before. He has a top 5 line. He has Amari Cooper, number 1 receiver, a defense you can actually rely on,
and a run game.
With one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the league. Deshaun Watson has never had that, and he's been creme de la creme almost. So why can't I assume, still in your prime, that you're going to be creme de la creme? This ain't you be coming off an injury. You can go throw the ball. You can go run. He's an athlete. Let's say his athleticism is watered down some. He's still more athletic than most niggas in the league.
I agree with that, but we talking about playoffs. And if we're talking about playoffs, Deshaun Watson is 1 and 2 in the playoffs.
On a trash team, with a trash situation.
Trash,
the Texans, they were not trash.
No, they were not trash. The Texans, they was a pretty good team back then.
Were they better than Lamar's? Ravens. The Bills, were they better than them?
The Bills back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was better than the Bills. I'm not sure if they was better than Lamar back then, honestly, because Lamar still had a top defense.
Does this team compare to your Bengals last year?
Who?
Deshaun with the Texans.
No.
Thank you, sir. So when the guys that make it to the Super Bowl have beautiful situations. Deshaun doesn't have anything close to that.
We're not using the same Lamar. I mean, we're not using the same argument for Lamar, so we can't use it for
John Harbaugh. The Ravens have a winning culture before Lamar.
What does that? My thing is, you're putting Deshaun over guys that have proven that they can win, such as Brady. And I'm not here for it. Like, Brady has proven consistently that he can win in the playoffs.
True.
So why would I think a guy that has not played in 2 years, a guy that has 1 and 2 in the playoffs, is going to be better in the playoffs than a guy that everybody considers the GOAT?
Because I would hate to see Tom, and you know me, Brady.
So you're more afraid of Deshaun than Brady in the playoffs?
I'm going to break it down. Deshaun's ability allows for me to not be afraid when the situation isn't beautiful. I've never seen Brady in a situation where it wasn't beautiful, where he wasn't protected. Deshaun, protected or not, is going to make something shake.
This year he isn't protected,
but he still has the weapons. The weapons is
he still has the weapons, but he's not protected as a Brady-led team normally is.
But he's more protected than that Texans team was that year. I promise you.
Yeah, because Deshaun was getting hit that year.
I agree.
And he's able to extend the play.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have Jamal over there, Higgins. But boy.
Hey, because that surely crossed my mind. I know a guy that got hit a lot of times and got his team to the Super Bowl, but
I'm so glad you didn't say that.
And they didn't win, right?
Yeah, they
didn't. They sat right next to our teams at the end of the year. They just played a little longer. Right.
Darius, who you got? I had Brady.
So you taking Brady. So
I got Burrow and Brady.
I got Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
No, he has Mahomes.
You wish you did.
Oh, my bad. We said that trade. I said you Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson for Mahomes.
No, take your Josh Allen.
Oh, man. Wow.
You got a rough couple here.
Yeah, man.
But nah, you still got
to go into the playoffs.
You got a top person still out there.
Go into the playoffs. Let's see here. This is tough.
You might want to scroll back up.
This is tough.
Scroll. Number 8, 9.
I was thinking that, but they still haven't even gotten to the playoffs with him. So, y'all gonna be mad at me, but a lot of my guys are versatile.
Blasphemy about to come.
It is, and he got he gets a lot of slack, and I do have some issues with him, but with the right coach, with the right mind, maybe we bring a little bit more out of it.
I know you're not.
And I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. I'm going to
Bruh.
go with Kyler Murray. He's going to run around, extend plays, but he's an accurate At least he can throw the football. At least he can throw the football. My issue with him is that throughout the season, he either breaks down. The last 2 seasons, he's been breaking down. And also, it seems like defenses are able to scheme against him, and he can't elevate his game to elevate his team to a win.
You're basically going against your pick.
So I'm still taking Kyler. I didn't see Justin Herbert in the playoffs. I didn't see it. And you know what?
But
I get back-to-back picks, right? I get back-to-back picks. I'm going to take him so you don't get him. Right there. I'm going to take Justin Herbert just to be that guy. And now I got 4 dynamic quarterbacks in my repertoire.
Hey,
I'm okay.
That works for my game plan because I know the person that I can take next. Jimmie ain't going to take him. I know that for a fact.
He about to say. I know he about to say. I know it.
I don't know if you know it necessarily. And I'm damn sure not saying no Rodgers. You're talking about postseason here. I'm not talking about regular season. Peyton Manning. Looking nice. Anywho.
I think it's Don's pick.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is mine. Oh.
Yeah, because I went Kyler and Justin Herbert.
Collins Justin Herbert.
Lamar and Josh Allen.
You know, I can double back for that guy. Give me Jimmie G. He's been proving that he can game manage his way to a Super Bowl, to an NFC Championship, and I'm not saying that he gonna win it all, but I like his abilities to not mess it up.
Dude, that's another one with a crazy amount of weapons around him, but he's able to game manage and not lose them the game.
You know me, Jimmie G. The pressure's on you, but he's done it before, so I'm not too upset about
Kyle
it.
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan is able to do a
Kyle
lot.
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan is on the.
He looked good last night.
He's the one that got the pressure on him. He knows it. He knows it.
I'm gonna go with the young guy who's proven nothing to some of us.
With his weapons, again, they looking like the best duo in football.
Mm-hmm.
It's on you, Don. That's 5, right?
No,
That's
You got
Pat.
4.
I'm with Deshaun. 2.
That's 3. I got 4.
I got 4 also.
So I gotta go again.
Yeah, you get back to back. Yeah.
Yep.
So after Tua, I'm going to go with Dak. Dak Prescott.
Dak?
Mm-hmm.
Keep him. That's why I didn't take him. Keep him.
You know.
Keep him.
Mike McCarthy. I'm better.
Keep
than
him
Mike
too.
McCarthy. I'm better than I ain't Mike McCarthy. I'm pushing good situation. And
You know, it's getting lower and lower.
They're gonna be mad at me, man.
There's two people I'm going back and forth on. I know one of them is gonna cause a fuss. The other one hasn't proven nothing. Give me Herbert. I believe Herbert would.
I already got Justin Herbert.
You do?
I already do.
Dang.
Yep.
I'm trying to snap
Take-
over there.
Take it right from him, right?
You did right before you just said.
Yep. Kyler and Herbert.
Give me Rodgers, man. Dang, man. Give me Rodgers.
Rodgers in the playoffs. Another Peyton Manning.
Just don't be a Lambo with him. I believe he
Another
can
Peyton
do
Manning.
something in the playoffs.
For my last pick, I'm going to go with a guy that's proven. He gets a lot of slack this year.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to take Russell Wilson in the
Great
playoffs.
pick.
Russell Wilson in the playoffs. What are you talking about? You changed it to the playoffs.
Russell Wilson.
He's a player.
In the playoffs.
I'll take Ryan Tannehill over Russell Wilson.
Go ahead. You'll lose every game.
This year, yeah. This year.
This man's crazy. This year. Why?
I think Russell Wilson is washed.
How?
Have you not seen the Denver Broncos offense? It looks stagnant at most times.
Okay.
They said he was using the audibles from the Seahawks out there. That's why his teammates didn't know what he was saying or what audibles he wanted them to do. Russell Wilson is just a big name now that does not produce. What has he done?
We don't know that. It's only been 1 year. He's with a new head coach, a new system.
What do you mean?
Small sample size
Young
of
players. He's the ultimate vet. Young players. That offense is really young.
Okay.
And new is difficult. Don't let Brady fool you. Don't let Matthews fool you.
Brady went to an organization that had we talking Mike Evans been in the league for 8 years now.
I agree with that.
Chris Godwin's been in the league for 6 years now. Jerry Judy's been in the league for
a while now also.
For 3 years.
And that's both sides of the ball.
Javonte Williams been the second year. They just cut Melvin Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Who else they got? They got a rookie tight end that isn't healthy. And no, they got 2 rookie. They got one year vet, and then the guy that's playing now, Dortch, he's a rookie. And then they got Sutton. Sutton's been in the league for a little bit, 5
I'm not
years.
gonna lie to you. I think my team would sweep your team in the playoffs.
Wait.
My QBs.
Joe.
I got Joe, Brady, Hurts, Rodgers. No, do I still have one more pick? No, and I got Jimmie G.
And all of those teams collectively is better than any of my teams.
You said they are?
Well, except the Bills. I'm taking. That's my Super Bowl pick right there.
Yeah, you got the blue one for a reason.
Come on, man.
Four of my teams I feel like could beat the Bills.
The Bengals not beating the Bills.
Stop it.
When it comes to playoff time, the Bengals not beating the Bills. Who else
You
we
would have
got?
said the same thing about them beating the Chiefs last year.
Well, the Eagles in the NFC, unless they play them in the Super Bowl.
And 49ers. And then Brady.
Yeah, all those teams in the Super Bowl, that'll be a Super Bowl matchup, and the Bills will win that game.
Stop it.
The Bills is beating the Bucks. Bills is beating the Bucks easily.
Easily?
Yes.
I don't see that.
That's tough because the strength of the Bucks is stopping the run, but the Bills don't run the ball.
Exactly.
So
they're gonna have to stop the pass.
Right.
But it's not like they got scrubs back there at DBs.
They don't, but also Brady isn't protected, so when that Bills pass rush comes in, they still don't have Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
That's the crazy part.
The Bills can only get better.
See, but Tre'Davious, that's why I take the Chiefs because Tre'Davious White don't affect Travis Kelce.
But that's what I'm
Tyreek
saying.
Hill ain't over there no more.
Like he ain't stopping no good wide receiver weapon out there.
You tripping now?
Is he shutting down Jamar Chase?
No one's shutting down Jamar.
Exactly. So I'm saying
this is the era where no one's getting shut down like that. Like
I don't
this
think
ain't
he's
no
shut
Deion
down.
Sanders, Gerard Rivers.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So I don't really think that he elevates them so high that it's gonna be like, oh, they still don't have Tre'Davious White. Like he's not that guy anymore. That he's going to be shutting down some.
He doesn't have to shut him down. If you have the defense, Vaughn, Oliver, Poyer, that combination along with that ability is going to elevate that defense. You don't have to lock up by yourself.
I agree with that, but I just don't see them as beating my Bengals, beating the 49ers.
We know because you're a hometown team.
I'm not a hometown
He's a hometown
team.
player. He's a hometown guy.
We
accepted that already.
I just stated how I see it.
It's a Rogan. Now, I'm going to go with a guy who's proven it one time. Matthew Stafford.
Healthy Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad pick because I was thinking about that. Or Russell Wilson. I was going to go one of the two, but I'm like...
I'll go Russ.
Russ with the defense, just like the Seahawks, right?
So some people that was left, we had Tannehill, Kirk Cousins.
Your boy Derek.
Derek Carr. Gino.
I don't want any of those guys.
Gino playing better than some of them people y'all said the last.
Trevor, but I thought we were doing long term, so that's why I had Trevor on my list.
Gino playing better than Russell Wilson.
What have you done for me more than
Gino is a 33-year-old. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love to see Gino doing well. I want to see him.
Is he playing better than Russell Wilson this year?
Oh my gosh, he is.
Is he playing better than who you said? Who was your last person that you just said?
Matthew Stafford.
Is he playing better than Matthew Stafford?
Of course. It is 1 year.
It was 1 year of good Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford has put up numbers every single year.
He's just put up numbers.
See, this is what.
And then he also elevated that Rams team to another level.
Yo, when you're not, when we bringing a second string quarterback or someone who we haven't seen, we have to get film on you. Once they get film on you, the second year for certain quarterbacks is very difficult. Gino, this is basically his rookie year.
I agree. But Gino's been in the league so long that I don't think that that's going to...
He's a totally different player.
I agree, but I feel like it's a system over there. And he just... In Seattle, I feel like it's a system. And he just knows how to work within that system.
And they also believe in him.
You don't think it's a system was gotten him to where he's at right now?
But it's also the belief. Like, look at these quarterbacks that are actually getting the opportunities to play. Geno Smith finally getting the opportunity. It's not, hey, coach, which quarterback are you gonna start this week? Or Geno had a bad game. You think about changing, going to what's the backup that they got from Denver? Drew Lock. You think about playing Drew Lock? Look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts finally. They was talking about Gardner Minshew potentially taking Jalen Hurts' spot this year. No, Nick Sirianni believes in him. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of look at. Hey, don't get me wrong. Like I would love to see Desmond Ridder play, but I'm not mad at Arthur Smith for putting him in there and forcing him to be the savior of the team so early. So let Marcus play. Desmond, I said Desmond wasn't going to play this year. And unless Marcus Mariota gets hurt or he throws a 3-4 interception day or turnover day, Desmond isn't going to play. Let these guys believe. Put a system in to where you put belief in them, and they'll be okay. So there's no pressure.
Y'all have a playoff aspirations, though. It wouldn't make sense to throw a rookie out there that has them improving. At least Mariota has gotten y'all to 5 wins right now.
Yeah.
So it makes sense just to still leave him out there until, like you said, he messes up badly or something, or he gets injured. So it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get on to the next topic. What we got, Jimmie?
Man, we buying or selling stocks. The markets are low. Just hold, fellas. Just hold, ladies. It's okay. We about to run it down with these 3 stock choices. We mean players here. Who has upside? Who has the potential to fill in that stock spot? What's up, Don?
I know we said we was gonna keep it positive, but I see something that was so egregious.
Yeah.
I see something that was so egregious.
This is supposed to be a positive episode.
That I had
bringing all the negatives, right?
The rest is positive, but I see something so egregious that I had to sell him. Zach Wilson.
Okay.
Bruh had 9 completions. Like, it was ridiculous. Watching that game, I didn't know who was worse. Like, I can't even say Mac Jones is worse, but Mac Jones ain't impressing me either. But, I mean, he basically cost the Jets the game. He can't hit wide open receivers. Bruh has some of the lowest completion rates hitting wide open receivers. First and second down, I think he's like 30, the worst in first and second down completions. Bruh is just horrible. Like, horrible. He might be the worst QB in the league.
Stop.
This year. Name a worse one.
No, name the defense he faced. This performance is against
No.
This
ain't no just one game sample size. Bruh has been putting up these type of numbers.
This is multiple weeks.
Bruh had 2 yards in the second half.
This is a
Can you defend that?
What I want you to defend is them other weeks besides the win.
What am I defending? He's been sorry.
Show me where he's been boo-boo besides this week. The Jets are winning.
Hold up. Go ahead.
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
No, I'm saying this year the Jets are winning.
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
He's probably one of the best quarterbacks they've had in a long time.
The only reason why they are winning is because of the defense.
It's the defense is why they're winning, not him.
True. Mostly because of the defense. But y'all talk about the weapons. In order for them to become weapons, someone had to get them the ball. Who's been getting him the ball? Them the ball. Has it not been their quarterback?
Okay. Against the Broncos. That's a legit defense over there with the Broncos, right?
Yes.
Burr had 121 yards.
Makes sense. Legit defense.
They put up 3 points against the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots. I know. Yo,
we understand.
Is like that.
Of course. But also, the Patriots only put up 10 points.
Against the Dolphins. The Dolphins defense ain't like that. He only had 210 yards. Bruh has only had a passer rating over 100 once in 20 games.
And he's turnover prone.
Xavier Howard is a top corner.
But we ain't just talking about Xavier Howard. I've seen some other people eat Xavier Howard this year.
He hasn't been playing with him.
But who on the Jets can eat Xavier Howard?
Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Yes. If they had a legit QB back there, at least a game manager, put Jimmy G on there, the Jets might be a serious contender this year.
See, and
because of how good that defense is.
I told y'all. I don't know. It's a remain to be seen. But the mind behind Zach, the mind behind those weapons, those minimal weapons.
But the mind ain't got nothing to do with what he producing out there.
The mind has a lot to do with Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's missing. Can you defend? He's missing wide open receivers. He missed so many people out in the flat this game. I said, Jesus.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did last week, and Tom Brady did 3 weeks ago. People miss receivers, and we're talking about consistency here, so I get your point. But we're also talking about a rookie here. And
he's not a rookie.
In order to be in the league for like 3 years now, right?
It's 2 years now.
2 years?
So a rookie's all right. He's not a rookie, but a rookie or newer players need a mind more so than veterans. Would you agree? And we're talking about a mind that we don't know has been proven yet. This coach is more so of a rookie too. This is a new situation with a lot of people with,
But by the second year, something should start clicking, right? Justin Fields is starting to click for him, right?
Yes, and I can't wait to get into him. But go ahead, I can't
Look.
Yo,
They knew we was talking about that, boy.
I mean, come on.
Look at that.
Like, what are we doing here, man?
Yo.
Like, I don't see how you defending this.
What I'm trying to say is we can't keep shitting on these young guys. Give them an opportunity, please.
He is given the opportunity.
He's
And
got
Robert Saleh is tired of it. He said, I don't know if we're going to go with Zach Wilson anymore.
I'm going to speak on the
Bro,
Jets.
his own teammates are
The
frustrated with
leadership
him.
is terrible.
How are they terrible?
No, the leadership with
How?
Zach. Listen.
Robert
leadership-
Saleh is a
listen,
great
listen.
coach.
I'm saying Zach Wilson's leadership is terrible. So I get y'all point. I hate seeing that. Actually, I love it because we're in the same division. But that's neither here nor there. Zach Wilson gave him an opportunity. And he's a gunslinger. He's not no man. He's not Mac Jones.
He's a gunslinger that came and sling it.
It's harder to manage a gunslinger's mentality. So you need the right mentality with that gunslinger.
If you're a gunslinger, at least you're supposed to hit wide open receivers, right?
For sure. But whose arm? Who has a better arm, Tua or Zach Wilson?
Tua.
Mac Jones. Hold
on. You said who has a better arm?
Better arm. And Tua does not have a better arm than Zach.
Zach Wilson has a better arm.
Not deep.
Zach Wilson has a better arm than Tua.
Accuracy,
Tua balls be floating up in the air. Deep ball, no, Zach Wilson. But accuracy, I give you Tua.
Tua can't be a gunslinger because he doesn't have the arm to be a gunslinger.
Yeah, because they do a lot of.
No, he just doesn't have the arm.
He don't have the arm because Tyreek Hill can be using that way. We see with Patrick Mahomes.
But we've seen multiple occasions where his wide receivers had to slow down for that ball, and it just floats to them.
So you're saying if Tua was in the Jet system, he won't be able to succeed?
No, I think it'll be.
I really feel like it's McDaniels over there.
I'm not saying that. It was what I'm saying. I believe it'll be easier for the mind behind that offense to construct things because Tua has the intangibles of someone who can keep it together, not turn it over, not too high, not too low. But the highs with Zach Wilson, if you can be consistently high, that's going to be higher than a lot of guys who can do minimal things like Mac Jones.
So you're saying Zach Wilson's a better quarterback than Tua?
No.
I'm saying he has a higher ceiling as far as ability. That guarantees nothing.
Yes, he has a point there. Zach does have a higher ability than Tua, but Tua is putting it together more than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is trash. He's bruh. There's some people on the
people trash.
There's some people on the bench I would take over him.
Damn.
Like Huntley in Baltimore, I would take him up over here. Don't look crazy.
No. I like Huntley.
No,
I like Huntley.
Nice. He's nice.
No, I like Huntley.
Huntley.
I don't know why I thought you was talking about the dude that played for the Packers. Yeah.
Nah. Hey, why you playing?
I was like, nah, that's disrespectful.
Why you playing? They might be on the same level.
Yo.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson is not that guy.
His ability needs to be, controlled.
I'm gonna get to the Jets a little later.
Who y'all buying on?
But I'm buying on these young cornerbacks, man. Patrick Surtain, showing that he's a true lockdown corner.
Mm-hmm.
Already a top corner in this league. My fault for not putting him in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been there because he's one of those guys. Sauce Gardner already playing like a true number one. He is a true number one, but he's playing like a vet. Still leading the league in pass breakups. Derek Stingley out there in Houston, man. He only gave up one touchdown this year so far. So I mean, he's gradually getting better. And don't sleep on that man, J.C. Horn in Carolina.
I agree.
Because he also playing ball as well.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of these guys, their fathers played in the league. So they already got the genes, they already got the knowledge. They know what they need to do. These corners is here, man. They're gonna be some top dogs in this league coming in the next 3-4.
Devontae Adams told Patrick Surtain he ain't there yet.
Devontae Adams is a different breed.
He's not there yet. Sample size.
Devontae Adams is a different breed.
Bruh scored the game-winning touchdown and said, bruh is not there yet.
Devontae Adams.
Hey, first game he shut him down.
He didn't shut him down. He played him well.
He shut him down.
He didn't shut him down.
Devontae only had like 30 yards in the first game.
He had 60.
In the first game?
60? He had 60. I think
his standards, that is shut down. 60?
60, a touchdown and 7 catches?
And you go make me have to look this one up.
Yeah.
Because
I watched that game. I was like, Patrick was playing Devontae Adams pretty well. But Devontae is still Devontae. He's still getting his.
60 ain't getting his. his fantasy owner was disappointed that week. Let's
I have him, so I was not disappointed.
you also number one in the whole
I
thing.
am. My fantasy football teams is I'm a great manager.
We spoke on him earlier, man. This guy Justin Fields, I'm buying. I am buying him. Yo, this man Justin Fields gets better and better, and it's the system that's allowing him to do so. They believe in him now. We're talking about his attempts. Last year, his passing attempts was 270. This year, 228. While also only being 228 yards away from his mark, 12 games in last year, 11 games in this year. You're talking about one less game, way less attempts. This man's efficient. You're talking about his rushing. His rushing attempts have went up too. From 72 this first year to 122 this year. They believe in his ability. Reminds me of Lamar. When you make the decision to believe in someone, you can maximize what they can do. And Justin Fields is going to be maximized. I'm here to tell you now. You're talking about his passing touchdowns, he's doubled it, almost. 7 to 13. Rushing touchdowns, doubled it, and then some, 2 to 7. This man has been sacked also more this year in one less game. 40 times this year, 36 last year. This man, even with a worse situation, you could argue with them numbers, as far as the line, he's still more efficient and has a positive trajectory. I'm buying that stuff.
I agree with that.
I'm not mad at that. I just want to see him stay healthy because he did get hurt this week.
True. Very true.
So, another one for me. Is going to be Kyle Pitts and Drake London. I should have had my hat on today, man. I should have had my hat on today.
Yo,
that's what I should have had on today. So we're not buying stock in
God.
Possibly the two best duo, possibly
In
the
what?
best duo in football in probably like 2 to 3 years.
what?
Bro,
Some
stop
Dogecoin
it.
stock. That's
Stop
Dogecoin.
it.
How is that Dogecoin stock? They both for top 5 picks.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Zach
Okay,
Wilson was a
nothing.
top 2 pick.
We just
No, you are not gonna put Zach Wilson in the same.
No, don't get me wrong.
sentence
Don't get me wrong. They're
with Drake
good.
London.
They're
and
good.
Kyle
They're
Kyle
good.
Pitts.
They're good, but what have they proven?
What do you mean? What have they proven?
You need time for that, okay? So you gotta stop with that.
Yeah, that's
You
what
gotta
I'm
stop with that.
saying.
I'm
Yo,
saying they haven't done
Drake,
nothing.
Drake London came into a situation where, one, we weren't expected to have that as good of a record as we already have as far as Atlanta. Secondly, we cannot pass the football. There's a reason why we are number 2 in rushing in the league. Once they get a solid quarterback, just imagine if Matt Ryan was in that system. Mind you, it would take away from our run game, so it may not be as effective, but he'll be able to get the ball to Drake London way better than Marcus Mariota can.
I agree with
And
that.
he's still, out of all rookies, out of all rookies, he's catched the most contested passes in the league so far.
Bro ain't even the best wide receiver in his class.
Chris Olive has a better quarterback.
That ain't even who I was going with.
Who are you going
Wilson.
with?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson has
He's
been
not better
better.
than Oliver, first off.
Garrett
But
Wilson has been better.
Okay, and we're gonna act like Kyle Pitts didn't have 1,000 yards his rookie year, and then he's out for the season now. He got hurt. He's been hurt all year. First it was his wrist. Then it was another injury. Now he tore his Achilles. So
that's all I was gonna say about Kyle Pitts. The injuries.
he only missed 1 game last year, and still had 1,000 yards with Matt Ryan and a quarter of Calvin Ridley.
Like, he's good. I'm not gonna lie.
He's good.
Calvin Ridley played 4 games. So what do you? And then started double team as a
good.
rookie. As a rookie,
I
Kyle
think
Pitts came
you
in and was
lost
getting
this.
double
I think you just lost this when you just jumped out the window and said they're going to be the best duo.
Yes, with a quarterback, they can be the best duo in football. That's going to be a scary situation. Having a
In
consistent.
how many years?
I said 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years.
Top 5, man.
2 to 3 years. That'll be Drake London's 3rd to 4th year in the league, and that'll be Kyle Pitts fifth year in the league, 4th, 5th year in the league.
I don't see that. I really don't.
So we're not looking at this. So we're not looking at this like you can say the same thing about the Bengals.
No, you cannot.
We just don't have a Chase.
Cannot.
We don't have a Jamar Chase.
You cannot say the same thing. Jamar Chase.
So we're not gonna act.
the
We're not gonna
timing
act like
position?
Yes.
You know how I feel about the tight end.
We're going to act like Kyle Pitts doesn't have the potential to be what a top 3 tight end in the league with Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews and the George Kittles. He doesn't have that potential. He doesn't have that.
Based off ability, yes.
He doesn't have the ability to be there. But he doesn't have the quarterback to complement him to get him there.
This was utter blasphemy comparing it to that. Because Jamal Chase, you're right. T. Higgins, Jake London, I get tight end position.
No, I don't get that either.
Yo, the Bengals don't have a tight end position.
But what I'm saying is they have a collective of 3 guys that are consistent and that you can rely on.
And so
with a quarterback, you can rely on Kyle Pitts and Drake London to be solid plays.
We think.
I believe they can be solid.
No,
That is why you draft them top 5.
I do think that they can be, but it goes back to we haven't seen it. So I'm not going to say that they're going to be this top duo if I have not seen it yet.
I can't,
because
you can't
teams,
see without the quarterback.
But
I can't do anything
I agree, but teams play them differently because of who their quarterback is right now.
But that doesn't mean we're not going to pass the ball.
But what I'm saying is when a team, if you're saying like Drake London and Kyle Pitts is going to eat like that, teams are going to start scheming and try to take them away.
Of course.
Exactly. So my point is, if teams are trying to start taking them away, we got to see what they can do when that happens.
That's a great point.
We can't just elevate them over people that have been proven that they
has not been given.
Okay. What is this segment about? It's about buying stock in a player.
It is the fact that you said that
potential.
We agree.
I said
we would buy stock.
I said potentially they can potentially be one of the best duos in football in 2 to 3 years. I didn't say next year.
That's not far.
I didn't say. I said in 2 to 3 years they could potentially be one of the best duos in the league.
I feel like in 2 to 3 years we're gonna be still having the same conversation.
If the quarterback,
ain't no way.
If they have a solid quarterback.
Because how do you feel about Desmond Ridder?
I think he's.
Never seen him.
I think he's a solid future, but we don't know because we have to see him in an actual game.
I agree.
I'm talking about a regular season game, not preseason.
I agree. Who you got, Jimmy?
Oh man.
Wait, did you go?
Oh no, I didn't go.
Good.
Jimmy, I think you're gonna like this one. I'm buying stock on that Pats defense. That's a top 3 defense right there. Number 2 in sacks, 4th in interception. They allowed the 3rd fewest points. I mean, Bill Belichick gets the most out of those guys, and it be guys you ain't never heard of. And then he be drafted for little schools. He be like, what is he doing? And then you see them on Sunday, he be like, oh, I see what he was doing now.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to buy stock on the Patriots defense. And if only the offense could produce, but that's for another day.
Oh, man, that man Jack Jones, man.
Jack Jones.
Hey, we forgot him about the rookie of the year, but I don't think he on that level.
After that play he made this past weekend, that was a punt return, but hey.
That's Marcus Jones.
Yeah,
that's Marcus Jones.
Marcus Jones?
Yeah.
But he caught it. Jack Jones caught a pick 6, right?
No.
That was recently this year. He ain't saucy with it, but
is he on that level of Sauce and Tyreek Wheeler?
No, he's
not. He's not locked. Like, those guys are locked down. Like, they're locking it down.
Shoot, I traded for Tyreek Wheeler on Madden earlier.
Yo. You put it on rookie, didn't you?
Hey, you know who? See, I got on all Madden. He gonna return 2 pick 6s. Hey,
yo, I'm not mad at that pick. I actually love that pick. Great to more Jack Jones. Now from there, I'm gonna go to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts isn't getting praises enough. We keep talking about his weapons. I understand he should be an MVP. He should not be an MVP consideration because of his weapons, because of the defense, whatever. But he's been through so much. And it started before Alabama, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to speak on Alabama and what he went through as a starter, freshman, one of the first freshmen for them to start. They just then Tua comes in, he comes back in, he transfers. He's been all over the place. He's willing to face adversity. He's willing to be a great leader. He's willing to lead by example. He's willing to be vocal while doing so. That's ability within a locker room that can elevate your team on another level. For the coach to believe in you, but for your teammates to believe in you is another thing. And Jalen Hurts is building that. It reminds me of Dak early in his career, but it looks sweeter because I believe Jerry Jones taints what Dak's leadership looks like, and I believe Dak sort of loves Jerry Jones a little too much. I'll keep it like that. Jalen Hurts loves his team. Like he's willing to say good, bad, or indifferent about his team. Dak, I don't see that. So this leadership goes a little bit further. I don't even have to speak on his numbers. We all know what he's done with or without weapons. He's gotten better. With these weapons, we'll see if he can maximize it. But he's a dual threat quarterback in a good situation, and he's resilient. I'm rocking with Jalen.
I like that because he has been through a lot of adversity, but he's also played a lot of big time football. Bama, Oklahoma, coming in as a second round draft pick and stepping in for Philly. And you're right, he's gradually gotten better every single year. Granted, you got to give your players, you got to give your quarterback weapons no matter who you are, no matter where you play. So I'm not even mad at that pick. I'm not.
100% agree with that pick there.
Oh yeah. So
your last one?
My last one is I told you we're gonna get to him later, and it's my man Jalen Waddle, man. My man Jalen Waddle. He's on the verge of going back-to-back 1K yards. And he'll soon be a top 10 receiver in this league. And everyone's saying, Tua is this, that, and the third, but he's getting it done with Tua.
Fact.
So give or take two different head coaches so far. Right, I'm sure Mike McDaniels, right? Yep. Mike McDaniels is going to be there for longer, especially after this season. But the man's averaging 17 yards per catch. You want to know who another guy is that's averaging 17 yards per catch? Deshaun Jackson, one of the best deep threat receivers in our era. I would say our era, potentially ever, right? So we talking about guys in that level, and he's. As far as an overall receiver and not just a deep threat, I would take Waddle over Deshaun, but Deshaun is a true deep threat that can take the top over the defense even at this age. Even though he just got hurt with the Ravens, I still take Deshaun Jackson over a lot of these other players in the league. So I'm going with Waddle. I think he's going to be a good player in this league.
I can agree with that.
I can rock with.
My last one. I'm buying stock in Tony Pollard. Bro had 189 total yards this past Sunday. I mean, he thumped the Vikings. And bro about to be a free agent. He about to get that bag.
He is.
I've been felt like they should have made the change from Zeke, and there's just further more proof. Like with his speed and agility, bro he's a game changer, man.
I got some pushback.
Because
we're talking about buying stock in the running back position.
Don't look at me.
Like what?
Don't look at me. I ain't say it.
Hey, this ain't real. We want some real estate property here. We want some long-term growth here. Something. Someone running back. It's gonna.
Only thing I would say about that is he hasn't had the same wear and tear on his body as you would see one of these other top backs that's been like how Zeke has been the number one.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't. He's come in as like hit packages here and there, so he doesn't have as much wear and tear on his body as you would say every down back that Zeke has been. Because I agree, Zeke was that guy at one point, and now look at him now. So I still feel like Tony Pollard still has at least 2 to 3 years of the Tony Pollard that we're seeing right now, and then now we can start saying like. He's dropping off. I'll sell by then. I'll sell that stock by then. Yeah, I'll sell that stock by then.
I can also give a little pushback because he's playing well, but again, we always go back to the sample size. This is first year really getting the opportunity, but every time he gets the opportunity, he plays well. But are we going to really give Tony Pollard at 20? He's probably like 25, 26 big time money. We were talking. He's having a breakout year. Now you got to put, a 3-year deal together to really get this guy and pay him,
I think there's a team out there
second tier money. I hope Atlanta don't do it. They better not do it. Hey, we're just looking at some of these guys as well. Like, so we got Saquon. I won't be surprised if Saquon goes back to New York. But you got Kareem Hunt out there. You got Rashad Penny, Jamal Williams, who's like third in the league in rushing touchdowns, but that's all possibly scheme. Josh Jacobs, who's also going to get some big money this year. Those are just some of the top guys. Everyone else trickles in, and they'll be second, third string guys.
I agree with that. What you got, Jimmy?
I got this guy over here.
Who is
Mr. Higgins.
Oh my! Oh my!
I don't know why he got the 85 on. That's for Chad Johnson. I don't know what the hell he doing.
He gonna change it after this season.
Yeah, he needs to very quickly. That's very disrespectful. You're not even the best on your team, and you're trying to get out of here.
I think Chad gave him his flowers, though.
You supposed to be buying stock. What we doing?
I'm still buying stock, but obviously, this is a away game, so I have to take my shots.
I got to tune into this.
Now, as far as T. Higgins, I'm buying stock because the situation is beautiful. I really should buy stock in the whole offense because one, as you scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours, and it's a lot of assistance.
But y'all was over here planning this. You threw the alley-oop to the Patriots, and you just dumped it for the Bengals, and y'all coming at me. Y'all crazy.
You know damn well I cannot count on him to give any Bengal praises. So this is a surprise to me. I at least give the Patriots praises. Well, their defense. Offense is a different story. He doesn't want to give us no type of praises. So this is a shock to me.
Crazy. It's very shocking. I don't understand why we're shocked. I believe the Bengals have the best core weapons in the league.
That's true.
So with that being said, they're going to be able to help each other out in a different way than the Bucs. Fournette don't help Mike and Chris the way Mixon helps Jamar and Higgins. The way
Pirine out there.
Say that again?
Don't forget Pirine out there.
There you go. Like the way they complement one another is on a different level. So Higgins is going to be looking like a number one. We might even say, Jamar, are you the best receiver on the team?
We're not going to say that.
At some point in time, we're going to have to say that.
Us Bengals fans ain't going to say no nonsense like that. I promise you that.
We was with you until you said that.
We are not going to say that.
And that's why I have high stock in this guy right here.
T. Higgins is that guy. But Jamar is on another level.
In order for someone to win MVP while being next to another MVP, a lot has to happen. You're talking about both of them being two top 10 receivers at a point in time. Your guy's Waddle, my guy's Higgins. I believe in size, 6'4", red zone threat who can run, and he's being used in spots. He's not asked to do everything. He's gonna have a long extended career if he plays with the weapons that the Bengals got. And with the weapons, y'all should do something. Should do a damn thing. Should do a damn thing. I'm not really certain, but what I am certain about is T. Higgins is the X factor. If T. Higgins wins his matchups, the Bengals will win the game. That's how I feel. T. Higgins is the difference maker, like more so like a quarterback, typically a game managing quarterback. If he elevates, this team is going to win. A game managing quarterback elevate. T. Higgins playing like a number one while being in the number two slot is going to go well for these Bengals in the future.
Shoot, I can agree. They even got a stat of if Tyler Boyd get 40 yards, the Bengals undefeated this season.
See, he can't even get that. But we on some positive. We on a positive. We on a positive. No, I agree though. I agree. T. Higgins is basically like a 1B because Jamar Chase is a different breed. But when Chase is out, we can count on Higgins to still be that number one threat on that offense. But yeah, as a collective, that offense is nice, and they're all young. They're all young, under 25 years old. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Money looks nice.
Anything you got?
Y'all know what I said. I said, let me just chill. I don't need to add my nonsense to it or my facts to it. I said, they got it. I ain't even got to even they saying nothing but praises. I don't need to step in.
All right, so we get on to the next topic. What we got, Jimmie?
Man, we're going to go. Hopefully we stay positive here. We were supposed to be positive, but we're gonna stay positive here. Success.
No, this is straight positive.
We're talking about successful franchises moving forward. Name 3 of them. What's up?
Man, all mine are surprises. I'm not going with anybody that's the top dogs now. And you already know I should have worn my hat today. I should have wore the hat, but I didn't. And we're gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. Only reason why is because we got a coach in Arthur Smith that has he doesn't have a Derrick Henry. He doesn't have a guy that can bruise, you can give the ball 20 to 30 times a game and know that he can run you to the promised land. You know who we do have? We have a 31-year-old Cordell Patterson. You know who we do have? We have a rookie in Tyler Algier. And we are second in the league in rushing. You're one of your favorite offensive stats, am I correct?
Very much so.
Exactly.
I love rushing.
Perfect. And then we still got two young dynamic duo that can potentially, I'm going to say potentially, be the best duo in football. So once we actually get a quarterback.
The best?
Yes. So once we actually get a quarterback into that system that can play well, that can get those weapons the ball, and if we can elevate our run game offensively, they'll be okay. Defensively,
yeah, I was surely waiting to hear about this
defense.
Once I heard Atlanta,
defensively,
I was thinking, what type of success do they have on that defense?
But you got to think about it, right? Back when we went to the Super Bowl that year, we were the best offense in the league. We were breaking records that year. We had no defense still. I mean, Vic Beasley was going crazy that year. But that was his only year that he had. Deion Jones was also going crazy, and we had Keanu Neal. So you know what? We did have some solid players on that defensive end that was playing very well. But Grady Jarrett's having his career year this year. He's playing well. He's also elevating that D line. The D line looks better. I'm not saying we're top tier, but they're getting better and they're young. Only person, and Grady's he's just turned 30 years old this year. We still got young linebackers. Rashad Evans comes in. He's leading that area of the field. As far as the second level. Now, as far as the secondary, they're young. They're young. They believe in Richie Grant. I wanted Holland from Miami, or maybe Maheg from that plays with Oakland, but we got Richie Grant. Whatever. He's playing this year, but he's hurt. We also got a 4th round draft pick in Javian Hawkins, who they also believe in. So
traded for the Kansas City one.
He is starting for us because Casey Hayward's out, and we're just getting AJ Terrell back. AJ Terrell he has the potential to get better. So they have some collective of young talent that they do have to put together. We're gonna act like
Jimmy. You know the other day I said one day me and you gonna be on the same page.
Yo,
I think
today that day.
You're crazy.
You was singing a high note for AJ just a couple months ago. Now you over in the low metal tune. Kadibi Joe.
Hey, he does ate up.
Yo,
I said he has the potential to get better.
I was surely hoping to see AJ when he played the big ones, because I said, "Ooh, Jamar Chase gonna eat him alive."
I know, man. I know. And it was suspect when we drafted him. I was like, oh, how will we get this? The last time I see him play, he got torched up by Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson all game long. But we got him, and he can get better. He can get better. Hopefully this year is a learning experience.
I don't see how y'all built for success.
How are we built for success? I want to hear it.
You brought up the rushing. You clearly left out Marcus Mariota provides rushing for that team. You left him out as when you said that y'all was like the number 2 ranked rushing team. Marcus Mariota is a big part of that also.
So that's very true. But are we not in an era where mobile quarterbacks is
readily available?
Yes. So I mean,
but y'all next quarterback is Desmond Ridder like that? I don't know. I'm asking. Is he that type of Marcus Mariota, Lamar Jackson type of mobility out there?
No, he's not.
Okay, that's probably our next quarterback, right?
Possibly.
Okay, so we got that.
But that's why we get Drake London. That's why you draft Kyle Pitts, because you set yourself up to change the offense eventually. He's a run first guy. That's why we get Tyler Algier, who led all NCAA in rushing touchdowns.
Is he accurate?
Desmond?
Yeah. He's
a solid quarterback.
But is he accurate?
He's more accurate than
That ain't telling me that Mark Mariota ain't
I bet you he'll have a better career than Kenny Pickett. That's his class.
Hey, I got some newfound respect for Kenny Pickett after this Sunday. Sunday.
You some of the flip-flop.
But I just said after this Sunday. I know what I said before.
Smallest sample size in the league.
It's been 2 games. And bruh's improving. That's all you can ask for. Zach Wilson has 20 games and he ain't proved a stretch like this yet.
I'm not. You can bring Zach Wilson. I'm not trying to bring Jack. Now,
I'm just saying. I'm trying to get back to him because I don't think that Desmond Ridder's gonna have a better career than Kenny Pickett. And I'm not the highest on Kenny Pickett, but he's showing some flashes these last 2 games that I'm like, and I get it. I have not seen Desmond Ridder play, so this might come back to bite me in my ass. But
It will.
but I can only go off of what I've seen. You said that Drake London and Kyle Pitts is going to be the best duo.
Have the potential to be the best duo in the league.
the best. Meaning
That's
number
what
one.
you said.
Has the potential too.
They going to be better than those 2 guys on that wall? Don't say nothing crazy.
Yo,
Don't say nothing crazy.
Nah, Chase is
Exactly. Chase just puts it up here away from them.
Yeah.
So it's some other ones that I'm probably not thinking about right now. I'm not too sure that they're going to be better than them, but then some other teams also.
All right, let me backtrack a little bit and say they can be 2. Let me go back to what I said before. They can be one of the best duos in football. Not the best, because there's a lot of guys that are top tier, like Waddle.
I was just about to say, are they going to be better than Tyreek and Waddle?
I think Tyreek and Waddle is the best duo in football right now. So I mean, I like Waddle a lot. I like Chase a lot. Justin Jefferson. These are guys that generation. These guys are generational talents that are just like on a different tier.
right.
So
I'm not saying Drake London is going to be any of those guys, but he can be a consistent 1,000-yard receiver.
and the reason why I asked you is Ridder is he accurate? Because you brought up a stat earlier. You said Drake London catches the most contested balls.
Yeah.
So if he isn't accurate,
But that's why we got Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Because of the inconsistent quarterback play, these guys can make catches that, if the quarterback can't get it to me accurately, I can maneuver my body in order to make the catch.
I agree. I just can't. I have to see something on that defense besides Jared Allen in order for me to say that they built for success, because that defense is still trash. I need to see.
They're not complete. That's the thing. They have their good and bad. They can either play.
So they must have just had a bad day when they met us, huh? Because we blew them out.
The Bears put up 24.
And we won.
But
we won.
The defense.
We won.
You put up 24
And we put up points.
Right, but we too much defense.
And offensively, we put up points.
Why is your defense giving up 24 points to Justin?
I didn't say we were a good defense.
But I thought he's highlighting.
But that's what I'm saying. We're saying in for the next couple of seasons, you said they're built for success. Who on that team besides Jared Allen can you actually lean your hat on and say, okay, yeah, I'm buying stock that he going to improve this defense in years to come?
AJ will improve.
I forgot about him. AJ.
We still got the dude from Montana State that played linebacker. He can improve.
We know everybody on the team can improve. Who has shown you this year that, okay, they're going to be legit?
Our defensive line is made up of 1 year rookies. Our linebackers are made up of 2, maybe. Well, one is a rookie, and then another one's a 3-year vet that didn't even play the last 2 years. Our safeties, this is their first year starting. So I mean, they've been in the league for 1 or 2 years. So we have a young collective group that any given day they either play really bad or they're like, oh, okay, well, we see flashes that these are the points that we can improve. And AJ Terrell is one of those guys that we hope that he can be a star in this league. We hope. That's why we drafted him, to be a star in this league. Because I could take it out. Vic Beasley, get him out of there. Tack McKinley, get him out of there. Those are bad picks that did not improve, and they got consistently worse every single year.
I got 2 things really, really going for y'all: cap space and your division.
Oh, that was another thing I didn't bring up. That was another. We not in Minnesota.
Yeah,
we not in Salt Lake City, Utah. We are in Atlanta in the dome. That's another thing.
Playing in 2 domes here. 14. So, I mean,
I'm okay. There we go. Thank you, Jimmie. Thank you, Jimmie. You're going to clap it up for Jimmie. There you go.
I'm saying, but since you want to be a homer, I'm going to be a homer. Yo, since we all
I guess we about to be 3 homers there.
And honestly, this ain't even a homer thing. This is a consistent. Before I was born. Not really.
It was
but almost something like that. Around the time I was born, we've been consistent. It's been a revolving door. And when you have a revolving door, success can be there regardless of the situation. We don't rely on one guy or a couple individuals or certain players. We rely on one man, Bill Belichick. Brady has proven that he's mattered more in this whole thing. He's proven that. But Belichick matters a hell of a lot more in certain instances because he affects more than what Brady could. And for me, it's the GM, Bill Belichick, against the coach, Bill Belichick. You're talking about one of the worst GMs of all time, Bill Belichick. That's how I feel. And the reason I say this is because he doesn't retain talent. He doesn't get them to stay. He's a fucking revolving door. That's a part of his greatness, and that's also a part of what makes him, to me, one of the worst GMs. It's his coaching. If we had a GM in place who was setting up a coach for minimal roster construction or just poo-poo roster, we would shit on that GM. I'm not trying to shit on GM Bill Belichick only because we have the greatest coach of all time in Bill Belichick. So it works out. And because of that, we have better situations than the Bengals, the team that just made it. The Rams, the team that just made it. A Falcons, the team that keeps drafting. We don't have to keep drafting. We don't have to trade for mega stars. We can do it whatever way. We do it our way.
Yo,
Way is different.
Yo, he had me until you started with the team stuff. I was like,
we don't have what y'all have, but we still get it done.
But it's crazy though because I got a couple of pushbacks for you because let's start off with since Tom Brady left, what have y'all done?
Nothing.
Exceeded expectations.
Got blown out by the Bills.
Exceeded expectations.
2 years in a row.
So you shit on the Falcons for exceeding expectations, but you guys did the same thing. Am I correct?
No, you're not correct. The Falcons have exceeded expectations one time. They exceeded expectations with Matt Castle. They exceeded expectations with the Cleveland Browns with Bill Belichick. This is a sample size that dates back further.
And they didn't have a collective.
It's also too early to say y'all exceeded expectations.
They're not even gonna make the playoffs.
That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on.
Listen,
Because y'all not making it this year.
Y'all
Y'all not making the playoffs this year. Like, I looked at y'all schedule. Y'all still have the Vikings. Y'all still have the Dolphins, Bills, Bengals, and one other hard team. That's who?
Have y'all looked at our division?
I just told you your division. All your teams are
have you looked at
winning.
the record?
Miami and
All your teams.
What is their
and
record?
the Bills.
What are their
They're
records?
6-4. They're
I'm asking
7-3.
specific
They're
questions.
7-3.
Right. What's our record?
6-4.
Okay. Now let's look at the rosters. Did you expect the Patriots to be one game away in Week 9?
Right down.
yes,
What
yes.
about the end of the year?
Yes.
Are y'all going to still be one game away?
Again, last year, very similar to this year, and we made the playoffs.
Y'all not
Did
making
you
the
expect
playoffs.
They got cooked.
Did you expect?
They got cooked.
Did you expect the Patriots to make the playoffs after Tom Brady left?
No, I agree with that.
But we
But
did.
that's last year.
Last year's roster looks very similar to this year's roster. Actually, last year's roster was worse, you can argue, than this year's roster. The offense looks a lot better as far as running game.
I was about to say,
Right. It's coming
regression from Mac Jones.
Yo, y'all act like this isn't the hardest division to make it to the playoffs this year. Our division is the strongest based off schedule, first off, because we play each other for one.
I can see that. I can agree.
And also the official record. Our official record is 6-4. We are in it. In the toughest division, in the toughest conference as well. Without a top. Would you say he's a top?
All right, so if y'all go to the playoffs, what y'all gonna do?
If y'all go to the playoffs, y'all beating the Bills?
I don't. You know how I feel about Bills, so no.
So okay, are y'all beating the Chiefs?
You know how I feel about the
Are
Chiefs.
you beating
so
the Dolphins?
I can see that. Our style, and I'm gonna get into the Dolphins very
Are
soon.
you beating the Bengals?
I can see that. I can see that because y'all
Are you
defense
beating
ain't
them? Our defense ain't like that,
No, sir.
bro. Stop
Ask
it,
Kenny.
bro.
Ask Kenny.
Yeah, ask Kenny what happened in the second half.
No,
Nothing.
Again,
Five
the Patriots were
punts,
consistent. We're not
5
Kenny.
punts,
This is
1
what-
field goal.
If we had
that
Kenny-
was it
If
in
we
the
had
second
Kenny,
half.
if we had
And one
that's
garbage
right.
time.
If we have the next number one, it doesn't matter who we have revolving door. And this is what I'm saying. Regardless of who, regardless of Joey B or these top picks, Jamar Chase, the combination of two stars in college playing together and having chemistry, we don't need that. We don't need anything. Because what's guaranteed with the Patriots is that revolving doors and continue to be there. We're going to be in contention. We're going to matter throughout the season, regardless if we have the gold or not, because we have the gold coach.
We're going to see what you say when y'all go 0-2 in the next 2 weeks.
I mean, the first year without Brady, they didn't make the playoffs. The second year, they just.
Hold on, I thought
They
Mac
just got
Jones
it.
was the first year after Brady.
You're right.
Right.
So that was last year.
They missed.
There's only been 1 year with 2 years now since Brady has been gone.
I thought Brady had been with the Bucks for 3 years now
Hold on.
because he won his
Hold on,
first
that
year.
might be right.
He won his first year. They didn't.
Then he lost. Now it's
Then
this
he
year.
lost. Now
This is his third.
so third year. So Mac Jones been in the league for
3 years. This is third.
this is third year.
Mhm.
So
No,
his
no.
rookie year,
No.
he made it.
He came in with Zach Wilson and all of them, right?
Gosh. What is that?
No, who is his people? He has a
Let's look this
class.
up.
Mac Jones drafted 2020.
Bucks Chiefs was before Rams.
So he came in with Jamar Chase.
So last year
So who was the QBs that came out that year?
we had Cam.
This is Mac Jones' second year.
That's who y'all had. Yeah, they had Cam.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
And we was beating teams that were considered. Remember the
So,
Seahawks game?
yeah.
Remember what the
Okay,
Seahawks
but
were?
yeah, didn't make the playoffs. And then Mac Jones comes in, barely made the playoffs, and he got his
He got his ass whooped.
his Pro Bowl, and they got cooked in the playoffs.
Is Mac Jones a top 20 quarterback in the league? Top 15?
No,
We just named
I'd
mad
say it's
quarterbacks.
top 20.
And we're still in
I'd say top
contention.
20.
Name another quarterback that's outside the top 15 that's in contention.
But that's more of a scheme.
What?
thing,
No,
man.
and that's what I'm saying. Bill Belichick is solely responsible, mostly for the
But
scheme.
you're not going to get an argument from us about Bill Belichick. He's a great defensive coach.
Set up for success.
He's a great defensive coach. What are they doing on the other side of the ball?
they have no,
On the offensive side, what are they doing?
Tight ends, they paid those guys.
Mac Jones is regressing this year from
Him,
what he
Johnson.
showed last year. Y'all wide receivers, y'all might have fifth string receivers out there.
We have a new offensive coordinator too.
We don't know who the offensive coordinator
Exactly.
is.
And yet
Oh,
we're
my
So
still
that's
set up
not
for
built for success.
But
The
Bill
only
Belichick
thing that's
is-
built for success is the defense. And Bill Belichick. The offense is not showing us nothing. We just poo-pooed his Atlanta Falcons defense. And it's the same thing opposite. Y'all offense have not showed anything.
We have a top 10 offensive line in the league. Do we not?
And Mac Jones still can't get it done.
What is getting it done to you? Because he's
Elevating the roster, elevating as far as wins, changing the game on a win scale.
he has a winning record since he's been in the league. You act like he's a loser.
They have
from
they
last
have a
year.
defense.
Last year and this year, which is all we can go off of.
How many games Mac Jones played this year?
I haven't spoken. Mac Jones played.
When he came back,
Six, seven.
he came back against the Bears, right? Well, no, okay.
In the middle of the Bears.
He lost to the Dolphins. He beat the Steelers, big whoop. He lost to the Ravens. Then he was out and came back against the Bears. They lost that game. They beat the Jets. They beat the Colts. And they beat the Jets again. And that ain't got nothing to do with Mac Jones why they won this past Sunday.
Mac Jones isn't why I believe we are built for success. Bill Belichick is. Even if we get Mac Jones, I don't have Zach.
But my thing is, you're only factoring in one side of the ball when it comes to built for success.
Are you serious? Bill Belichick is the head coach. He doesn't just affect defense. He's not a defense coordinator.
What is he doing on offense? Because if he affected that, he need to do something about it.
He affects it, but
They don't want to pay anybody.
I just highlighted the GM, the personnel. He doesn't. Again, receiving corps, we have one of the worst. O-line. He invests in specific things. It's the O-line, and that's pretty much it in his defense.
But I sometimes think that Bill Belichick could shoot himself in the foot as well. Like he is so exactly. Like he's so into his system is just like, no, you got to go out there. You got to get talent. You got to get players. You got to. Okay.
He's proven that you don't have to. You just highlighted the fact that you'd be like, who's this guy?
In 3 years, he hasn't done anything without Brady.
On defense.
Receivers, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, we didn't know them until they were on the Patriots.
They
You
weren't
credit
household
Brady,
names. They weren't
But we didn't know
household
Brady
names.
until he was on the Patriots. Gronkowski. Like, there's things he's done. He went out and got Randy Moss at a point in time. That didn't lead to a championship, but he did it. And because it didn't lead to a championship, maybe he's hesitant doing it again. It doesn't matter which way he's coming. He's coming. It's Billy B.
Well, I got something to say about a team in your division, so.
Please.
I'm gonna let Don go first. But you talked about having the toughest division. I mean, the Buffalo Bills ain't going nowhere.
Dolphins ain't going nowhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be the only team that can like potentially get worse.
And the Jets ain't going nowhere if they get a QB.
I'll get some later.
If y'all make it on three franchises haven't done a damn thing in almost 20 plus years.
Oh my
And
God.
with the Dolphins, almost 50.
It's amazing how he noticed the Bills ain't did nothing now, but when he argued,
Look, I've never said Josh Allen proved anything. I've never said Josh Allen. I said Joe Burrow didn't prove anything, and I said Josh. I said only the Chiefs. I said only the Chiefs have proven something in the AFC. I've said that. You can check the tapes.
Speaking of them Bengals, they built for success over the next couple of years.
Yeah,
They got a top 3 QB. They got Jamar Chase as I would say the top wide receiver. Higgins is another number 1 receiver. They still got Tyler Boyd out there. They defense, like Bill Belichick's, no household names, but they produce. Hey, yeah.
like Bill, disrespect.
They're not on that level. I give them that. They're not on that level. But they have a very good defense also. They the offensive line has been improving. They only got 2 sacks against TJ Watt and them boys this past Sunday.
They improved from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
What you know?
I'm just curious because they were boo-boo last year.
So what I'm saying is the Bengals literally they're gonna lock Joe Burrow up after this season, Chase after, and T. Higgins also. The Bengals are built for success. I can't name a better top 3, like between quarterback and skill position out here. That's all I got. I don't need to go on this long soliloquy. I don't got to go on this long soliloquy. Everybody know what they about. We've been proving it these last couple games that we can bust some ass out here. So
Jamar Chase, you said is the best receiver in the league?
I believe so. Maybe top 3. Well, hold on. He's been injured, so I can't.
No. Healthy Chase.
Healthy Chase. I'm taking Chase over everybody.
Taking Chase over everybody.
Healthy Chase. I'm taking.
Without Higgins and Boyd behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you act like Chase the only one that got weapons with him.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, the top.
So let me ask you a question. If Jamar Chase, and don't get me wrong, Jamar Chase is the top 10 receiver to me. Jamar Chase was with the Raiders. He'll be able to do the same thing he's doing.
Is Josh McDaniels the coach?
Take Devontae Adams out.
Is Josh McDaniels the coach?
Give him the coach.
Give him Zach Taylor?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because
you still got Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller.
Yo.
That's what you just said. Take Devontae out.
Put Chase on the Rams with no Cooper Kupp. So flip.
Yes. I feel like he the same thing Matthew Stafford does with Cooper Kupp, he would do the same thing. Just force feed him.
And he'll be able to put up the same exact numbers that
Cooper Kupp is putting up these same numbers. Everybody know the ball is going to him every single time, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because Cooper Kupp is just that good. When you're that good, people can't stop you.
Is Cooper Kupp's route running and Jamar's route running on the same level?
It's close.
Who's number 1? Route running. Because that's why the ball going there because he's getting open.
But Jamar Chase gets open too.
Down the field.
Jamar Chase
not just down the field. Bro can do posts. He can do hitches. Bro literally can catch the ball 10 yards and he'll take off to the end zone because he's just that fast. Cooper Kupp doesn't have nothing on Jamar Chase speed.
He has big playability. He really does.
I'd rather go to Jamar coming off the line than Cooper Kupp.
I don't believe that.
From the slot, Cooper Kupp?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I agree. Cooper
Kupp
Kupp
in the slot is
Cooper Kupp is a tough guard, but I really feel like you're diminishing Chase's route running just because you see the going down the go balls that he catches. Bro is an excellent route runner also.
Justin Jefferson, better route runner. Stephon Diggs, better route runner.
Whoa. If we're getting into route running, I mean, your top tier is basically Diggs, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper,
Justin Jefferson.
I agree with Amari Cooper up there.
Right? Calvin Ridley we could put there.
See, why do you always come back to a Falcon thing, bro? Like, you had us saying, and then here you go with some Falcon stuff.
Y'all crazy. Y'all didn't see Calvin really run routes.
No, I like Calvin.
Are Bama receivers not? Did we not say Jerry Jeudy was the best route runner in his class?
Yeah,
but I ain't putting Jerry Jeudy up there.
I'm not, but I'm just saying those Alabama products run routes very well.
Jamar Chase runs route better than Calvin.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
You don't watch Calvin Ridley.
Deep routes, I believe Jamar. Short routes, Calvin.
Yes.
Medium routes, Jamal.
Okay, let's get back on top.
Let's go to y'all next team built for success.
What's up? Who running it down next?
Oh man. So I guess I will talk about another team in that division. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. Jets are built for success. The coach, defensive minded. They got a defense to combat with this offensive league. Just some guys on their defense: Quinny Williams, Sauce Gardner, Jeremiah Johnson, who second stringer, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, Elijah Vera Tucker, who was a top pick for them, Mekhi Becton, and James Robinson. These are all guys that's under 25 years old for this Jets roster that is playing. I mean, the two offensive linemen they're hurt, but these are guys that are 25 and under. And this team is 6-4. You know what they're missing? A quarterback. Because if they had a Jimmie G, possibly if they had we throw Derek Carr in there, right? Let's throw some of these other quarterbacks that can possibly elevate this team to another level. And they have to play the Patriots defense every year. And they have to play the Bills defense every year. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm not too worried about the Dolphins defense. They have not progressed. But this is a team that can be there. They can get there. They can elevate their game. They can continue to get better. And we can't forget about Corey Davis, who's a number 3 receiver, right? And we have a guy from across from Sauce Gardner who is playing well as well. So, I mean, if this team gets a quarterback, they have the foundation to continue to improve and be better than the Patriots and the Dolphins potentially.
Yeah, they want to do better than the Patriots.
And that's the thing, like, how long have we been asking or wondering when the Jets are going to get a quarterback?
Well, they took a chance on Zach Wilson.
They thought Zach was going to be the guy.
And they thought
I didn't think Zach was going to be
Mark Sanchez too. Like Chad Pennington. Like
Mark Sanchez had some good years,
but
he had a really good defense to back it up as well.
And this is what you're talking about. You spoke on some weapons on.
But I take Mark Sanchez on Zach Wilson.
No, that's a gift.
But anyway, the Jets have had a lot of questions for a long time, and being successful and being built for success can't come with a lot of questions.
But their questions, all their other questions have improved.
They don't have that many questions besides quarterback.
Right. But this has happened before. Some old Bart Scott led defense for them Jets. That was nice. They had a nice coach in place, Rex Ryan.
And offensively, and back then it was back to the quarterback.
The offense was an issue
because they had Darrelle Reeves back then too.
They did. They were nice on a lot of different levels, but putting a whole total package together is very difficult because salary cap, GM, ability of the coach, ability of the quarterback, protection of the quarterback. The Jets have to hit on a lot to be able to catch up to what the Patriots have been doing consistently. They have a mind or as far as leadership to go to that is reliable. We're trying to figure out a lot of things. There's still a lot of, like I said, question marks with the Jets. A lot of things that look nice, a lot of potential, a lot of stocks you potentially could go into, but the Patriots is like
But what aren't you sold on the Jets?
Yeah. What do they need to?
Besides
where's the question?
Besides the quarterback, what is the question?
The consistency at the GM spot, the consistency at coach. I've seen a nice coach being there before and do nice things, and he was out of there. I need consistency in that division.
But Jimmie, that goes against your Patriots argument. Then we need to see consistency from Mac Jones, that wide receiver room, that offensive line. We need to see consistency, right?
Damian Harris.
You can't speak on consistency when we've only been talking for 2 years, a year and a half to be specific.
But that's what you're judging them off
No,
on right
I
now.
spoke on Chad Pennington. I talked about Mark Sanchez. I talked about Rex Ryan. I talked about the coaching now.
But that's what we're saying. The only thing that they're lacking is a quarterback position. And then you said you need to see consistency from that. And then you said GM also.
Right.
Okay, if you want to say GM, I think that GM is pretty good. He's been proving that he's been pretty good these last couple of drafts. Besides the Zach Wilson, he's been putting the team together.
They've been hitting on draft.
Exactly. So does that not count?
Yes, but again, consistency. I spoke on different.
But can't you can only go off of how long he's been there, right?
Yes, and that's a part of my point. They always have to find a new GM. They always have to find a new nice head coach. They always have to rely on or find a draft pick to fill a void. There's always a void. But with the Patriot, this is why it won't work, because the Patriot way, regardless of that void, is being filled or not, we are still winning. Regardless if we have an adequate quarterback or not, we are still winning.
But we're talking about setting up for success from today. So today's time, you think if the Jets didn't get a quarterback, a solidified quarterback in this league, someone that can game manage, you're not going to get one of these top guys because they're not for sale. But
like the Derek Carrs, the Jimmie G.
You don't think that's going to take them to another level?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're speaking on paper, like just putting this team out there. Yes, obviously, if you upgrade certain positions, your potential increases. But you also need to put it together. And putting it together is the most difficult part as far as consistency. You're saying the Jets are going to be better than this team when they haven't been consistent in any category you just named.
But it's
not
more
defense,
so,
not coach, not GM, not salary cap, not picks in the draft.
He said they're built for success.
Based on today.
Yeah, they are built for success. They've hit on their defensive picks are looking like they're going to be good players, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The offensive line. I thought their offensive line was going to be trash. They're solid.
And with their two top draft picks, with their two top draft picks being out, I mean, they still.
I think they're built for success.
Being built, knowing that a team is built for success, to me, you can hang your hat on something. What can you hang your hat on with the Jets? See, you keep going back to something that's been proven before. I highlighted the defense. I highlighted the coach that they had before. That didn't lead to nothing.
But
the Jets have been inconsistent for a long time.
With that defense, you still have weapons on offense. It's not like they just have a defense.
And their running back, Breece Hall, has proven this year he was about to be. We all agreed he was going to be the rookie of the year.
Easily. He was going to run away with it.
So it's not like they have weapons at every position. The only thing they're missing is a quarterback. And if they fix that this offseason, the Jets could be a serious contender.
Being a contender and being built for success to me is over a course of time. Being successful is not just a one hit or quitter, one time thing. We're understanding who the comparison is. This ain't any old division. In order to be great in this division or good in this division, there's already been a standard that's been set of success. So in order to reach what's been successful in your division, the heights to do so is different. It's not just about having the right personnel. It's about having the layers that the Patriots got to their success. We don't need, you have to have some type of mentality of a revolving door to be able to compete with a revolving door. Once your guy retires, who are you going to lean to? Our guy that we lean on isn't retiring because he's not a player. If he passes or retires based off of age, that's different. But we're talking about a GM or coach. I'm speaking on 49ers, Kyle Shanahan. What he's able to do is more than Debo. It's more than Christian. Because he's going to be there for a while, and he can incorporate a system that can be seen for a duration of time. The Jets don't have that.
If he doesn't have those players, it's not going to matter what scheme he puts up out there.
Not Bill.
Yes, Bill also, but
he don't need them players. He's showing them.
I'm saying as far as the offensive side, that's the part that you just lose me on, because you say all this stuff for the Jets, and it's like you could literally say the same stuff about the Patriots just on the offensive side, You said built up consistency.
Yes.
After Brady left, they missed the playoffs, and Mac Jones got them to the playoffs last year. If they don't make it to the playoffs this year, what are you going to say? Are they still built for success? Because that's going to be 2 out of the 3 years they didn't make the playoffs with Bill Belichick running. So what is that going to?
2 out of 3 years? No. So you're saying the last 2 years we made the playoffs and haven't made the playoffs?
So I'm saying, okay, first year that's with Cam,
mm-hmm.
And then you got Mac Jones. Y'all made it last year. I don't think y'all gonna make it this year. So that'd be 2 out of the last 3 years since Brady left that y'all don't make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Are y'all still gonna be built for success?
Yes, because you talking about us not making the playoffs this year when most of this year we've been in contention in the hardest division. being a contender while most people thought that the Patriots going to be rebuilding. I said, hell no. We are still in this. And if you are still in this and able to not have to lean on draft picks and top end talent coming in, that bodes well for success because you're not relying on certain things to be successful.
So Robert Sala's been with this team for 2 years. The first year they went 4-13. The second year they're now 6-4. That's not improving.
That is improving.
Okay. Their draft picks. Michael Carter. He's not a number 2.
He's nice,
right behind Breece Hall. Hopefully Breece Hall comes back healthy. Elijah Moore. Is he? Would you take Elijah Moore over any of your receivers?
Oh, for sure.
Perfect. Elijah Veer Tucker. He was a first-round draft pick.
This is totally opposite of
Exactly.
y'all are making my point right now. No, right. You're speaking on
He's
the roster.
He's only been with the team for 2 years.
Right.
And he's already elevated them in wins.
Right.
And then they hit on their draft picks. Not only
We don't
their
have to
top-
hit on our draft picks. That's my point. You have in order to even compete with it. Listen, in order to even compete with a team that don't hit on draft picks, you need to at least hit on. Like you have to hit on your draft picks in order to even compete with us.
But you have to hit on the people that you think aren't good draft picks.
No. In the league thinks differently than Bill Belichick. We just highlighted the fact that you'd be like, "Who's this guy?" That your top pick don't guarantee nothing.
Exactly.
But with Bill Belichick, top pick or not, it guarantees a revolving door. Regardless of the top pick, regardless of the free agents walking through, he could Malcolm Butler. There's mad examples of him not needing this, and these teams have shown they need top end talent. And even with these top picks throughout the years, they haven't done nothing with it.
Jimmy, you have a point. On the defensive side, we're not taking nothing away from Bill Belichick. Defensive side, he got the eye for the defensive players. We give you that. But the other side of the ball, nah.
So how was Brady protected all his career if he didn't have an eye for that?
But the thing about it is, I don't know y'all history, so I can't really speak on y'all history as far as like who was the offensive line and how much he was protected. But I could have swore them last couple of years he wasn't looking the most protected. I could have swore
Because the line was basically almost the same as it is now. But even though the Chiefs guard, he went to the Chiefs.
Thoney.
Something like that.
Thoney or something like that.
But it was a lack of weapons that year specifically. That's why he went to the team who had the most weapons.
And what did y'all win? That last year Brady was in?
No, but we made the playoffs. Can you believe that? Oh my
I can't
gosh.
believe it. Y'all
Come
got
on.
Brady. Y'all got Brady.
Regardless of the weapons or not, we still making it. Regardless if it's a mobile quarterback or not, which is a mobile league, we still make it.
And y'all, Brady ran that division. Y'all still was beating up on the Dolphins
Brady
and
and
the Jets.
Bill.
The Bills wasn't even good.
Exactly. The Bills wasn't the Bills
This
that
is
were
my
hard
point.
now.
Those years.
This is my point. The Patriots have built a level of consistency that cannot be competed in that division. Time will tell.
All right. Well,
Let's-
yeah.
I think you're next, Don.
20 years. I mean, what else we got to do? Shit.
My other team built for success. I'm gonna go with the spicy one. I got Seattle. They got a QB that can game manage their way to the playoffs. They got great young talent. They got Metcalf. They got Walker, Bullen, and they got a good young defense. And they got the Broncos' first round pick this year. And the Broncos are trash. So you talk about putting talent on top of talent that they already have on both sides of the ball. Not just one, so you can't say that they don't have anybody. Seahawks, do they not have a built up some type of success? Do they not?
Success.
No, I could agree. I could agree, except
Jimmie, we're sorry everybody cannot be the Patriots.
No.
Jesus.
That's criminal. I understand that. But when Russell left, what did we think of the Seahawks situation?
We thought they was gonna be trash.
Right. And what has happened? For you to
They're
say
not
that
trash.
Look, you didn't go from trash to okay. You went from trash to successful. What has happened since Russ left? What has happened since Russ left for Geno to be 1 year? Geno to be considered the savior, the promise of the path, that's a successful path. How is he the savior in that? In 1 year?
All we can go off of is what we see, right?
Yes.
That's all you can go off.
Yes.
We talked earlier. We said Geno has looked like a good quarterback. Has he not? Top 10 quarterback.
No.
He's not a top 10 quarterback?
No, he's not.
He's second in QBR.
Okay.
Is he? Obviously, bro, they're doing something right.
Yeah, he's playing very, very solid, above average.
Top 10. Would you rather have him or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Stop it.
Sample size. Ability.
What? Kirk? Let me make sure I got Kirk on here before I say that.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins has the worst primetime record in the NFL.
Right.
With like 11 and 19.
Yeah.
And you're taking Kirk Cousins over Geno.
Yeah, because at least he's been there. So at least maybe you can learn from the mistake you made. Gino, what mistakes have you made in big time games? I want to see. The sample size is too small to project him over someone who's messed up. Tannehill, I believe he can do something more this year because he fucked up last year. I hope you learn from your mistakes. But if you never made a mistake, how can you learn?
I can agree to disagree on both sides here. I will not take Geno over Kirk, but I do think the Seahawks are built for success. As far as that Kirk take, I mean, if he hasn't learned now, he's never going to learn in his career.
Yeah,
I mean, if we just know that primetime Kirk is no go. But as far as the Seahawks, we didn't expect them to be as good as they are today.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going off what we see today. And today, I see a potential running back that can potentially dominate this league. Their offensive line is finally better than what they ever was with Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
They still have Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to act like we don't have like a top 10 duo in the league. And then the defense is just, and they got some young players on there, and they still don't have Jamal Adams.
And
who's a box safety.
Tyreek Willing, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant's a good player.
I don't know how to
on.
pronounce that guy that came from the Chargers, Nwusu, or however you say his name. Yeah. He's pretty good also as an edge wrestler. So that's why I'm just like, come on. What's their linebacker? Oh, he pretty good. Brooks, I think.
Yeah.
He's a legit linebacker.
He up there and top.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, man. I'm not going to say too much more on this. I'm gonna just let.
And they got Noah Fant. That time.
I started to bring him up, but I was just like,
it can be hit or miss with him sometimes. But just to go back to one of our first 3 episodes, right? Jimmie said Pete Carroll was the top 10 coach in the league.
No, you took Pete Carroll. I'm thinking about WP.
Yeah, I said WP was the top 10 quarterback. Yeah. I mean, top 10 coach in the league.
I said Pete Carroll right at 10.
Yeah, so this can go towards Pete Carroll. On his greatness, right there.
It's a great accomplishment.
What you got, Jimmie?
Man, the Jags are built for success in my eyes. First off, the roster is looking beautiful. Y'all highlight the rosters and players, and that's nice and all. Being built for success, I guess today is what you said now. But my thing is the GM really matters. And Trent Bulk has been there for 2 years. He basically hasn't missed on it. The biggest thing is this past drive, Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson. That's the biggest question as to if that was a nice pick or not. This guy is doing his thing. He's putting Calvin Ridley around Kirk. They're willing to pay to get talent in there. They just had the top, the highest paid free agency in NFL history this past year. So they're showing that they're willing to make moves for Trevor. They have a talent that was compared to Peyton Manning. I don't think too highly of Peyton. I don't think too highly of Trevor, but I understand that ability means something. And if Trevor has almost no weakness, and his mentality may be his weakness, and that's a real thing. But we're talking about physical ability here. He can make every throw. He can run. He's athletic. With the line, without a line, moving forward, with the mind behind you, WP, a proven coach, I believe that the Jaguars can do big things. This guy, Trent, along with Doug, along with Trevor, is going to be the key to their success going forward in an easy division.
Easy?
Yes.
Titans still is.
Derrick Henry in a couple years, a running back position, you're relying on the running back.
I'll say this. That division, I don't know if it's gonna be so easy because the Texans gonna have a top 5 pick. They're gonna either get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Both of those guys are good. So their quarterback position is gonna be solidified. Then you talking about who else out there? Indianapolis, they get a quarterback. Same situation as the Jets. They have a legit defense, and they have some young pieces on that offensive side.
The Colts have the same weapons as the Jets. You said the same situation. Understand what you're saying.
Y'all just told me Michael Pittman was better than Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Is Michael Pittman not a good wide receiver?
Yeah, who else though?
What's that other one?
They got Paris Campbell.
Pierce. Pierce is
Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce ain't good.
I would say.
And we ain't brought up their biggest weapon yet, Jonathan Taylor. So they are. I can't just say the Jaguars are going to be built for success because I've been hearing Trevor Lawrence was going to be this guy when he got to the NFL, and bro has not proven nothing yet.
It's a small sample.
And I get it. I don't hold last year against him because he had Urban Myers, so I'm not going to hold that against him. But even this year, if he's that guy, why isn't he leading to any more wins than what they are?
See, I got to push back on that because Trevor Lawrence was my breakout player of the year, and it's because he's been the highest. And he was actually, I was potentially going to draft him in our quarterback draft because I thought we would talk about going as far as a future, not in the playoffs. So statistically, he's gotten better in every aspect of his game this year. Also, I mean, he has Dougie P behind him. He was the highest rated quarterback coming out since Andrew Luck. I mean, they have the potential to be solid going forward. I just don't know as an organization as far as the Jaguars.
That owner,
the owner, and just
that stadium is trash.
Dynamics of their just culture. I don't know if they can actually do it, but they have their future. Trevor Lawrence is going to get better, and he can make all the throws. He can make plays. He could definitely make plays.
Who you got?
As far as my third one, it's gonna be like far left. I'm gonna go with.
I mean, it can't be more far less than Atlanta. So.
Nah, you crazy? The Jaguars.
Y'all two up over there. I don't know what y'all on today.
The Jaguars aren't built for success.
Statistically, when you pay the most money in free agency, it only changes your win scale by at least 2 games. So they got that there.
They're not gonna win 2 games.
I said that at the beginning of the season. I said this: as long as the Jaguars can win at least 5 to 6 games, that's gradually getting better.
That's also not a breakout year for Trevor. But
he's playing better. He has
breakout and better.
Last year he threw 17 interceptions. You know how many interceptions he has this year? 6. Less than a lot of other these quarterbacks. I even have to list the names. And he has 13 touchdowns. He only had 13 touchdowns last year. He's going to break that. So statistically, he is getting better. And he has more weapons. And Travis Etienne is playing out of his mind. But anyway, let's get to my third team. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions.
That's not crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
I like Dan Campbell. I truly like him. I think he's a genuine coach, players coach. He just seems like a good guy. And this team, offensively, man, it's just baffling because you didn't expect this to happen. They got Amon St. Brown, who's I think is a good receiver in the league. They still don't have their first round draft pick.
He's coming to practice this week.
Look at that. He's coming back to practice this week. That's a deep threat right there. Jamal Williams is 3rd in the NFL in touchdowns. They have the best offensive line in football at this moment.
I ain't surprised.
Based off numbers, I know.
But no, they're legit.
Right,
like they are legit.
I like praising lines that have done it for years. I know lines shuffle and stuff, but go ahead, though.
So, I mean, and then they still got Swift. Mm-hmm. So as long as he can get back to playing well, they got the offense to do so. It's the defense that's the issue. Yeah. They have to find pieces on this defense. I mean, good thing is that they have some money to play with this year. They have a piece at every level that they can look forward to seeing elevate their game even more. They got Jeff Okudah, who's finally playing well in his career. They got Aiden Hutchinson, who I thought was going to be the rookie defense of the year, but it's not looking like that. And then they also got that guy, Rodrigo, as the linebacker, who's a solid linebacker as well. So at least they got at least one piece at every level. So going forward, this team can be good.
100% agree with you. As long as they change that quarterback, I feel
Damn.
Bro, you act like Jared Goff is like that, man.
Y'all act like y'all need the best quarterbacks to prove. I mean, Jared Goff.
You need a quarterback to distribute the ball to these weapons, all the weapons they got that they about to have.
Right, but Jared Goff has made it to the Super Bowl.
Nick underneath McVay.
Right, and this division is a lot easier too, going forward. Green Bay, you know how I feel about Green Bay.
Chicago is starting to look a lot better.
I like, you know how I feel about Justin.
And they built, but I'm saying they built. He looks way better than we did last year. So if he continues to go at this pace of getting better, next year he should be arguably a top 10 quarterback.
I hope the GM gets better because they need talent in there. And
I mean, they
Justin's
got Mooney is good.
talent.
Mooney is good.
Yeah.
They got Claypool. I'm not the biggest Claypool person. They got Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is a good tight end. They got some good running backs back there. So but I don't think that this division is just the Vikings are still there, but I don't think that this division is just like, it's just the Lions just the Lions Packers and
Vikings.
Yeah,
the Vikings might be the toughest team, but their defense is getting older.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
who you got last?
Man, I got these 49ers, man. I said I was going to speak on them again. They are built for success. That
I didn't want to go with the top team, but
Kyle Shanahan is a top mind. I had to go with it because there's levels to this thing. We were wondering if it was the McVay, the fake Sean McVay, if it was his squad or the tree. It's the Shanahan tree we need to look at. Shanahan is doing a lot with a little bit. You know how I feel about that. Patriot way type stuff. All right.
What little bit he doing? What little bit he got?
Jimmie Garoppolo is a little bit, and he's doing a lot.
But he has the weapons.
Now he does. Who was the weapons when Emmanuel Sanders was missed in the Super Bowl?
They had somebody else on that team. Who else was on that team?
Emmanuel Sanders and
was Debo there?
Was Debo there for that Super Bowl?
He was hurt.
They literally had a legit. I was gonna say, I know they had a legit wide receiver there, so maybe he was hurt. But go ahead.
Because Debo was a first-round draft pick.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. This front office is very similar to Jaguars. They're not afraid to make moves, and it's not just in free agency. You're talking about trades here. We're talking about options here. We're talking about being willing to draft a quarterback to maximize your team when your quarterback took you to the playoffs. He didn't take you there, but he helped you get there. Super Bowl, might I add. Now, as far as Trey Lance, he's going to elevate the potential of this team because of what he's able to do with his legs. Kyle Shanahan's mind with those legs, and then the fact that, I said this earlier this year, the fact that Trey Lance has little potential, little sample size when it comes to college and things of that nature, it's going to allow for a mind like Shanahan to really grasp and catch Trey Lance and his raw abilities and be able to maximize it and incorporate a mentality that he doesn't have to alter. If you've learned something, you need to alter or tweak certain things before incorporating a new mentality. And I think Shanahan can do that with a raw talent. You got the raw talent around weapons. Even without the raw talent, Jimmie Garoppolo, he's showing me something that a lot of coaches can't do, which is manage a game manager. Being able to coach properly, press the right buttons when you don't have a guy who can make all the throws. And he has set it up to where now he does have more pressure on him. Not more than Jimmie in my estimation, but because you added all those weapons and your mind is so great and we understand it, we need you to see you do something. So, with that being said, John Lynch, another top-end talent, top-end GM. Since 2017, I believe the 49ers have progressively gotten closer and closer and closer to contention while also showing a little bit something in the Super Bowl. As far as their priorities, it seems to be in line. Their O-line is always a sense of a need, and they even traded for an O-lineman. And then one of the top in the league, Williams. And then you go from there to their D-line. Their D-line is also nice. They drafted someone. They got rid of Buckner. Once the coach, he still was a revolving door when it comes to that. You had the defensive line leave, but it still seems to be the defense that they can somewhat hang their hat on. And I believe this will bode well for those 49ers for years to come. 6
I got a little bit of pushback.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with everything you said. The only pushback I got is that quarterback.
Which one?
Trey Lance.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's like you putting a lot of stock in Trey Lance, and I can't do it. I really can't. I need to see something. Even when he was playing this year, Burr had a completion percentage of 48%. He threw no touchdowns this season, and one interception. Granted, I think he only played 3 games, but we'll only say 2 because he got hurt at the beginning of the 3rd game.
Right.
But what has he shown you that would even make you think that, oh yeah, he's gonna be this top-notch guy? It's more so just potential with him. Like, I haven't seen nothing to make me be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be this transcendent quarterback. I feel the same way about Zach Wilson. Like, they haven't done nothing, and yet they get all this praise about, oh, they can throw the ball this far, and they can do this. They can torque their body this way to make this throw. Like, I need to see something from him before I start to say, like, they built for success and they going to do this and do that. That's my only thing with the 49ers. Everything else, you are right.
Yeah. All right. So with Trey Lance, raw ability, obviously there's not much sample size and raw ability potential. Like, these are words that time needs to tell or properly define. So I get it. But Trey Lance with a mind, put Kyle Shanahan on that jet squad, I believe they'll have a lot better.
But was he even looking good this season when he was playing?
No.
But that mind was still there. They still had Kittle. They still had Debo. Ayuk and Jennings was still there. So the only
now they have Christian.
Exactly. So nothing is making me feel like it's gonna.
He's a rookie too. Like, we have to give.
No, this is second year.
No, I'm saying as far as playing.
This is like true. This is like true first year.
As far as play.
I don't know about Trey Lance. I think Jimmy G complements his team, this roster, a little bit better, because I think Trey Lance's ability to run affects all the other weapons. So I can't get George Kittle the ball, I can't get Debo the ball, can't get Ayuk the ball consistently, and then I got a 2-headed monster and Elijah Mitchell and CMC now. But Jimmy G, he can complement all of that because I don't need him to run the ball. He can get Debo the football, and I think the players around him would much rather Jimmy G in that scheme as well.
Of course, over rookie for sure.
So, I'm gonna get to the 49ers a little later, but other than that, they definitely have the team set up for success. It's that secondary.
My last one, I'm gonna make this brief. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
We can go on.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing else to say about that.
That's literally it's just set up beautiful with that guy right there.
What we got next?
From there, we're gonna talk about now and then. Every now and then, you got seasons where they look beautiful. Steelers a couple years ago, and then boom, they look a lot different from week 8 to week 18. We're gonna talk about what teams gonna look a lot different now compared to then. Run it down. What's up, guys?
I said we were gonna get some a little later, and I guess I will keep it brief because Jimmie already broke it down as best as I can as well. The 49ers, they just don't have any weakness. Besides the secondary, because they're killed with injuries. I see this team now elevating their game and continuing to grow and be better. And I think I'm now, because the Saints are out, I now have to change my Super Bowl pick for the NFC, and I think it's going to be a Bills-Saints. Bills 49ers Super Bowl.
There's something about There's something about I can't help it.
Bill 49ers Super Bowl, and I always got to put the pressure right back on Kyle Shanahan because when he gets there, it's gonna be his 3rd time in the Super Bowl.
That's that
and you better scheme this up to win this game.
I bet y'all love that Kyle Shanahan.
Hey, I wish Kyle Shanahan stayed. I was mad when he left. I thought Dan Quinn was a good. Hey, we're not talking about the Falcons. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. Most Falcon talk we had.
And Bengals and Patriots talk.
But we had a whole segment about the Bengals because y'all be tripping.
What you got?
My team that I got the Dolphins. Everybody praises them like this top echelon team, like they like that. Well, I don't think they are, and they're gonna have a chance to prove it. Because they next couple games, they got those same 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
After this week when they play Texas, they got these teams right here. 49ers, Chargers, Bills in Buffalo, Packers, Patriots in New England, and the Jets. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see if they're going to prove me wrong. I really don't think so because I want to see Tua in cold weather. And I want to see him in the playoffs also. So I believe that this take is going to age very, very well because I'm not sold on them.
So you're saying the Dolphins are going to miss the playoffs?
No, they're going to make the playoffs because, well, hold on. They have 7. They're 7-3. They have 7 games left. This is one.
All they got to do is win at least 3, right?
4,
Maybe.
5, 6. They have 6.
It depends.
It's a tough year.
Tiebreakers and stuff.
Yeah.
Division.
So they got 7. They 7-3. And these are 6 hard games right here.
So they got to win at least 4.
Do you think they're going to beat the 49ers?
No.
Do you think they're going to beat the Chargers? I can see it.
I could see that happening.
Bills in Buffalo. I don't see
In
it.
Buffalo? No.
Not this time around.
Packers. It could happen.
Oh, and they beat the Bills earlier in the year, right?
They did.
Yeah, I don't see them beating the
Packers.
Packers. I can see them beating the Packers.
Patriots in New England.
Did they win the first game in
Yes.
Miami?
They did. First game of the season.
I always think beating your division team twice. Is
Only
tough.
thing about it is, isn't it Tua has never lost to y'all, right? Or is
True. The we keep losing to the Dolphins. I'll just put it like that.
Wow.
so it's possible, and then the Jets.
I think they can beat the Jets.
So you have 1, 2,
I think they give them 4 wins.
3, 4. Yeah, about 4 wins.
And that'll
So that'd be
The
11.
Texans too, though.
Yeah, and the
That's
12.
They'll beat the Texans.
Yeah. So even if some of these games that we predict, like the Chargers, I feel like that's a swing game. Patriots and Jets, because it's division games, it could go either way.
Oh yeah.
But I that's me. I'm not sold on them. But who you got, Jimmie?
Man, when you say we was on the same page, we on the same page.
Wow.
We ain't turning that shit. We locked in right here, man. You talking about the Dolphins. You got to stay in this AFC East because there's a lot of blasphemy going on around here. Now, them Dolphins, you highlighted everything. The schedule is really what it is. It's the style.
Yeah, it's the schedule.
You know what is this? 3 what? Live by the 3, die by the 3? Yo, that scheme, that situation, that system, the Chiefs team, we seen as far as high octane offense, not needing a running game too much, having a subpar defense, bend but don't break. That only works, but so much. It's very rare. You had needed a rare talent in order to do so, a rare combination of talent. We're talking about Andy Reid, we're talking about Pat Mahomes, we're talking about Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. To bring that together is very difficult. I understand Waddle and Tyreek is something we've never seen before either, but Tua isn't some world beater. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't. You
on the same page.
The sample size isn't there yet. I believe I like his style, his personal style Tua. He can get it done. He's very accurate, short game. You know how I feel about the thinking it done, but also has the ability to throw it deep. He's not a gunslinger, but he can throw it deep, not consistently. And I believe that is what they're going to try to do, but it won't work. If you can't hand that ball off, if you can't stop that run religiously, playing low-scoring games, I don't think you'll be able to do it.
And their defense not like that.
Yeah, that's true.
No pushback. I thought you was a Dolphin man.
Nah, man, I can't.
I could have swore I heard some Dolphins.
I just said Waddle in Tyreek Hill.
No, I'm saying on another
football.
episode, I could have swore you said some Dolphin stuff.
I said Florida. Probably.
You might have.
I might have said Florida because I believe in Tua. I mean, I believe in Hill and Waddle.
You believe in Tua?
I think he's replaceable, but he's playing well and given the opportunity he has.
So, got bold predictions next. Who wants to start it off?
Man, I'm gonna let the blasphemous king start it off. Go ahead, Con.
I'm the blasphemous
Yeah, right?
king.
The blasphemous king, yo.
Your cousin over here speaking Atlanta Falcons all day.
getting some great points in there. Yeah,
Very good. Very good.
Yo, the salary cap, that's a beautiful. Yo, and the coach, he's coming.
He had a few little nuggets in there that you could be like, yeah, he right. But then there was a lot of like, bro, what you on, bro? But my number one, the Jets will bench the Jets will bench Zach Wilson to try to save their playoff hopes. Zach Wilson only has 4 TDs in 7 games. Joe Flacco has 5 in 3 games.
Wow.
What you got, man?
Wow.
What you got, man?
That's your number one?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't even rank it, but
my
he
number
was
one,
just on my
I'm bringing
mind.
back to Miami. Look at that.
Yo.
Look at that.
Yo.
No, I just say Tyreek Hill and continues the race. He gets that 2K, and Waddle gets another 1K, and they continue to show you how they're the best duo in football. That's all I gotta say about Miami.
My bold one was gonna be the Seahawks. They're done for. They lose to the Raiders. They lose to the Raiders this week. They just lost to the Bucs recently. It's over with for them. I believe that division. There's only one team that comes out of that division. It's the 49ers.
So let me ask you this, because the only other team that I remember being in that playoff hunt with them is the Commanders. Are you taking the Commanders over them?
Who we talking about here? Seahawks?
Yeah, because it's my bad. It's the Commanders and the Falcons.
Yeah, the Seahawks aren't in the hunt anymore. They're actually they're gonna be a hell of a lot different now compared to them. They're gonna slip up towards the end, I believe, and be like the second or third in their division as far as number one.
So basically, what I'm saying is, which one of these two teams you think is actually good enough to replace the Seahawks, the Commanders or the Falcons? I know you don't want to give no praises to the Packers, so it's either those two teams.
Or as far as wild card.
Yeah.
For me, I believe in defense. The Commanders and puncher's chance.
You ain't gonna get no pushback from me, man. You ain't gonna get no pushback.
Yo, with the Commanders, I believe it's the defense more so.
What, man? You think I'm gonna say the Falcons?
And then with the Falcons, yo, they've been hot this year. Like the Seahawks got hot early.
Disrespectful.
The Seahawks are cooling down.
Let me see what their schedule looking like, man. Because I'm halfway there with you, but they 6-4, and the other teams are at least a game or two behind them. So
it's half a game. The Cardinals, I think, are 4-7, and the Rams, they're about to be 4-8 after this week. They play the Chiefs, or they're 3-8.
So they got the Raiders. That's a win. They got the Rams. That's a win.
They could lose to the Raiders. They could. I'm not saying they will.
They got the Panthers. That's a win. I believe they're going to lose to the 49ers, lose to the Chiefs. The Jets is a toss-up.
They're going to lose to the Rams. I believe they lose to the Rams.
I don't think so. With Cooper Kupp being out Cooper Kupp on IR or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's out for 3 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I don't think that's going to happen. So I think they probably can go on a 3-game win streak. That'll bring them up to 9 wins. And then they just have to win at least one out of the next 4 of the 49ers, Chiefs, Jets, and Rams. One of my other bold predictions that I'm sure y'all going to look crazy. Bengals make another Super Bowl run.
Definitely looking at you crazy.
It's just so homerish.
Says the person that picked the Patriots as a success next couple of years.
Yeah, based off the trajectory of the last 20.
Basing off a trajectory, the Bengals should make another Super Bowl run. Yes.
Marvin, oh gosh, was here 16 years doing nothing. Williams. But anywho, that's a hell of a bold prediction.
My second bold prediction is going to be Jimmie G leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl, and they lose to the Bills.
NFC Championship, that's what I see. But it's not too far off, so not too bold in my eyes, but that's a beautiful thing right there. That's a beautiful thing. And from there, I'm gonna go. We going more bold predictions, fellas?
Yeah, we got 5. We got 5.
I got more. All right, I got mine. The Jets are done. This leadership, we talked about the leadership of Zach Wilson. That junk is utter blasphemy. You told me you didn't let the defense down? And you're done. The Jets are done, not making the playoffs.
I got the Vikings will get eliminated in the first round.
Wow.
I like that one.
Wow. They won't even make it to the second round?
No.
Not with Kirk.
No. Off of what I just seen last week, no. I was kind of trying to push them up there. It's like I was already not sold on them before they played the Bills, and I with my agenda against the Bills and Josh Allen, I kind of ignored some stuff I saw because they basically should have lost that game also.
Yep.
What they don't beat good teams. Eagles blew them out, and the rest of their schedule is just trash team after trash team.
That's good.
So nah.
All right. I'm gonna go with another one. Dak and Zeke are gonna disappoint again.
Oh, that ain't no surprise.
America's team is gonna disappoint again, and they're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Close on that.
First round.
Yes, sir.
No, it ain't too crazy.
Mike McCarthy. You know what he do.
Yeah, it ain't too crazy.
Yeah.
For me, this week, the Pats will hold the Vikings to 2 touchdowns. You spoke on the top tier defense. We just seen the Vikings only give 3 the Cowboys. I would say our defense isn't on their level, top in talent, but we are way more consistent than those Cowboys. And we have a greater mind behind it. I love Dan Quinn, but Billy B is a different level.
We gonna get to that game real soon because I got the Giants fall out the playoffs.
Ooh.
Literally.
Dang.
They got the Cowboys left. They got the Commanders twice, who was looking pretty good. They got the Eagles twice, and they still have the Vikings. You don't think they fall out?
I heard 2 things about the Commanders. But
you don't think the Commanders is?
Well, I'll get to some point of that.
Okay.
Because y'all gonna laugh at me again for my 5th pick. So for my 4th pick, I'm with you on the Jets. I actually had the Jets missing the playoffs and Zach Wilson being benched for Joe Flacco, but he doesn't even do better. He doesn't show much better than Zach Wilson.
I wish the Jets had some sense of stability at some way, shape, or form. But anywho, we're going to go to a team that, they've been pretty consistent for the last 20 years with Aaron Rodgers. Bad consistency.
He hates the Packers.
I'm trying to tell you, Packers ain't gonna do nothing to
He
him.
hates the Packers.
I'm just, they praise him so much, I have to poo-poo
He
a
in
lot.
another conference. He ain't got to deal with
When
the
you
Packers.
get so much praise, I have to bring it down to earth, water you down just a little bit. But I actually have something good to say about these Packers.
Uh-oh.
These Packers will show something with these Eagles. They can run the ball. The Eagles recently have been shown they can be ran on. I believe these Packers will be able to get this dub against the Eagles this week. I believe so.
Wow.
That's bold there, because they ain't showed me nothing to believe that they're going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, not the Eagles.
My last one. Y'all, some of y'all agendas going to be squashed with this one. The Bills and the Ravens get eliminated in the first or second round of the playoffs.
Or second. Okay.
Or second.
That's a very general statement.
This
Right?
is crazy.
I started to reach and say the first for both of them, but I said the chances of both of them getting eliminated in the first, slim. So, but second, they both will be gone by then.
He hates the Bills. You hate the Packers.
I don't have an issue. It's just a simple fact.
What's going on here?
I just don't get why they get so much praise. But who
Same
you got?
All right. My 5th one. Man, oh man. I should have put my hat on today. I should have put that hat on today with them Falcons. Yes, sir. Stop hating on my boys. Yep. Atlanta, without Kyle Pitts for the rest of the year, will sneak into the playoffs over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Over them Buccaneers. And we're going to beat them Commanders this week. So y'all better stop disrespecting my Falcons because I'm going to be at that game. So they better win. And I'm going to be cold. So they better win this game.
They better win that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
So them Commanders, if we got the same record, get them out of here.
For sure. With the Commanders.
Oh, my.
With the Bucks?
We're going to run the ball for the rest of the year.
I can see if you said y'all going to make it into the playoffs.
Over the Bucks.
Just a wild card spot.
Over the Bucks.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jimmy, what's your last one?
I almost forgot it. Yo, like,
I'm gonna write this one down to remember and just bring this back
what's
up.
the board?
That's what I'm. Oh, it's
the board where you need it.
It's behind the camera. I just gotta remember this one. That is crazy.
Yes, sir.
The other blasphemy. Now, I'm not one to count pockets or count change, but Lamar Jackson, we're gonna question if that contract you're looking for is warranted. Lamar, this was supposed to be your come out year, your prove year. I'm your fantasy owner. You're not doing anything. Like, I'm tired of this. It's pissing me off. I'm last, and it's mostly because of you. All right. So it's personal, but it's also very, very serious because we're talking about a sample size here that's big enough in the playoffs to show, and in the regular season, that your arm is subpar. It's gotten better, but it's not on Justin's level as far as progression. I would say Lamar can throw better than Justin, yes. But progression, Jalen, better with progression, not Lamar. I got to see more Lamar. And this is the year to do it. We're going to question that money. That's what we'll be doing.
Wow. I don't think we're going to have to question it because I don't think he getting paid this season.
Damn.
You think he's going to get the franchise tag?
Oh, wow.
Because he went $250 guaranteed. I don't think the Ravens are going to give it. And I don't
Deshaun Watson got $230 guaranteed.
And he shouldn't have got that.
Deshaun.
Yeah. And he shouldn't have got that.
With that on.
It's proven, but not his behavior.
Oh, what? The blasphemy.
Yeah.
We'll segue.
We got NFL picks.
We got NFL picks. Last segment. NFL picks. You want me to start it?
I can break it down for you if you got. I got it all written down. It's up to you.
Cool. So I got the Bills over the Commanders. I mean the Falcons over the Commanders.
Well, let me do this. Let me just go down the list of how the games come on, and we'll do it that way.
Perfect.
So I can write down who y'all say, so I can remember this. Bills, Lions. Who you got?
I got the Bills.
Bills.
I got the Bills also. I'm not. I'm not a Bills hater. I'm just a realist on them. Giants, Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys as well.
Ooh.
Man, y'all gonna be mad at the end of the season when this whole wall is all Falcons. I'm gonna send it to you. We're gonna replace this whole wall with just Falcons and stuff.
I got the Cowboys also. Patriots, Vikings. I got Vikings.
I got the Patriots.
Got the Patriots. Cool.
Wow.
I actually got the Patriots.
Y'all are. This is a surprise from you.
Yeah.
Texans, Dolphins. I got Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins.
Bengals, Titans.
Who you got, Don?
You.
Please say what you said.
Joey B.
I got the Titans.
I do too.
Oh, my bad. I'm writing.
Stop that run, please. King Henry's coming.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen like it did last year. So,
wow.
Without Jamal,
I tell y'all what. Already, if I get the Vikings and the Bengals game right, I'm gonna be already 2 games above y'all.
That's fine.
Broncos, Panthers.
I got the Broncos.
I got Broncos.
I got the Broncos as
well. Bears, Jets.
I got the Jets.
Is Thing playing?
Who? Fields. It's questionable. The shoulder.
I got the Jets.
And you got the
Jets.
Jesus. Give me the Bears.
Yeah. Then we'll take. So if you were technically up 2, we'll take our 1 right back.
Right back.
Because I can't do it. Because I feel like Zach wasn't going to be the quarterback again. And now for what I just saw, I can't put my faith in that mess that I saw.
You don't know if Justin's playing or not.
He's day to day. I'm just hoping. Falcons, Commanders.
You already know I'm going with them Atlanta. I should have put my hat on today.
I'm gonna go with ATL. I'm gonna go with ATL.
Y'all two ain't cahoots up over there. Y'all trying not to fall behind each other, or y'all gonna fall behind together. Commanders.
All we gotta do is keep it real.
Bucks, Browns.
Bucks. Please stand up.
I got Bucks also.
I got the Browns. Got the Browns. I did say my bold prediction was we gonna win over the Bucks, right? We got them Browns.
So basically, it's agenda.
Oh, yeah.
Why you?
Oh yeah.
Ravens, Jags.
Ravens.
Jags. Is Dougie P in the place to be?
Hold on, you had
Jags. Damn sure don't got them looking like a playoff team. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I also,
Yeah, had them in the playoffs at one point. They were looking good.
I also got the Jags also.
Okay.
They were looking good.
Raiders, Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks.
I got the Raiders.
But I won't be surprised if the Raiders win.
Chargers, Cardinals.
I got the Cardinals. Kyler Murray comes back.
I got
Chargers just ain't looking.
I got Chargers.
Damn. That's shocking. But I got Chargers.
49ers, Saints.
49ers.
49ers.
I got everyone in my division losing except them Falcons.
I got the 49ers. Kyle, please stand up.
Rams, Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Packers, Eagles. Now, one of y'all just said some nonsense earlier.
I got the Packers, though.
I got the Eagles.
Mistake time. The desperate team.
Wow. That's surprising.
Packers, Eagles. And the last one, Steelers, Colts.
Monday Night Football.
You know how I feel about them Colts and the Matt Ryan. So I got them Steelers. They back.
We know how you feel about them
As far as
Steelers.
their defense.
For decades.
I don't believe in the Colts. I don't want to go for the Steelers. No. I do want to go for the Steelers because I don't want them to get a high draft pick. So Steelers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 'cause if they get that man from Bama, which
Exactly. So Steelers. Who you got?
I got the Colts. Matt given the opportunity again. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Jeff Saturday going for the win.
Sunday can't come fast enough here.
This was a good one, fellas.
Yes.
Was it not?
Yes.
yeah, this was a real good one, fellas. I am we finally got together.
Yeah.
It was great.
Mhm.
Yeah, we gotta get more going, man.
For sure.
And then hopefully next time we can all get together. You know, we in different locations, so
Yeah.
but we still grinding though. We still grinding. We appreciate y'all for tuning in.
We definitely do. Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe,
Definitely.
For sure.
and until next time, peace.
We out.
This that COMEUP. Stand back while I do me. I'm the King James of this era. Do my best to be 2-3. You see the metaphoric beat destroying MC. They had to wait his turn, sit and learn from the OGs, but slowly I had myself out like a slowly get take paper to make paper. So I'm speaking from this loose leaf. Damn. I ain't even gotta talk about it. They said you public in the basement, but your songs is private. Bring back the monster, the one that you keep locked in. Shit, I ain't gotta score the points. Look at John Stockton. I put my niggas on just so they can make a profit. But for now, I ain't get up and play that monster in the closet. Mon V hit 23. Rest in peace to every beat. Bring them leather bags and bring them white sheets. I'm all that in the bag of chips. Hit that nigga if he trip. Nigga run, you better not trip. Cause if you slip, I'm catching up, niggas, y'all running too slow. And if you running too fast, I'm gonna pick up me some more. Cause y'all niggas been tripping, yeah, y'all niggas been slipping. Y'all talk about cars and auto